Oh, yeah. We back with another one. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Smash the like button. The kid is back. Happy Thursday. Philly in the building. Shout out to my boy Ness. Cursor in the building. DeAndre, Fuentes, Smith Wesson, Poppy Mall, Tank, the Sweet Science Examiner, excuse me. I just finished eating, yo, so forgive me. Simply. What's up with y'all? Oh, it's time to hurt some feelings again. The best in the business is back. Surah from Chicago. It's time to hurt some feelings. Listen, in this video, we're going to warm up the mic briefly. In this video, I'm going to tell you what I see going on with the Terence Crawford, Errol Spence fight. Shout out to Philly, man. Shout out to my Akis in Philly early. Let's get it. Yeah, I'm about to be on some nut ass. Let's go. I'm going to tell you what I feel. Take it or leave it. Hate it or love it. The underdog is on top. Hate it or love it. The underdog's on top. And I'm going to shine. Go ahead, envy me. I'm boxing's MVP. And I ain't going nowhere, so you get to know me. You hear what I'm saying? Hate it or love it. The underdog's on top. I said hate it or love it, man. The underdog's on top. I told you when I came in this game, I was different. And now I'm here. Started from the bottom, now I'm here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team up in here. Hate it or love it, the underdog's on top. You heard? Let's go. Demetrius Bright. That boy is bright. He be out here cooking, channel member. Ego's Army, leaving good comments. Keep it up. Frankie, what's up? I see you. I'm about to hurt some feelings with this one. Listen, I got to hurt some feelings with this one. We got to have that talk. And y'all know I'm the best at that. Having that talk, putting stuff in perspective when it comes to boxing. Now, to toot my own horn, Ego Stradamus strikes again. This is why y'all got to follow me on the gram and on Twitter. Young best in the business. Young Credentials is back, man. So, guess what? Yesterday, I posted this. Keith Thurman versus Mario Barrios, right? You guys could look, it all checks out. Nobody was talking about it, but I posted it. Today, guess what ESPN posted? Any guesses? Bang! ESPN story on Keith Thurman versus Mario Barrios. Ain't that something? The boy Ego Stradamus strikes again. I don't even know how I just do it. It's like these things just come to me and I tell you the truth and I keep getting it right. I don't know how it happens. It's just I hear voices and it comes to me. So that's a good fight. I'm looking forward to that. Mario Barrios last fought Gervonta Tank Davis. See, this is what I like about the kid Tank. Tank is such a star, and I told y'all, he got that Mayweather effect where you fight Tank and have a good showing, even in a loss, it's lit for you. Mario Barrios and Pitbull Cruz in losses to Tank, they're going on to have big fights. Poppy Mall, that makes no damn sense. If Mario Barrios doesn't win, that's a Titanic L. No, that's just a regular L. Why would that be? If that's his first fight in welterweight, why would that be a Titanic L? That don't make no sense. Come on. Come on, people. That don't make sense. Why would that be a Titanic L that a guy coming from 140 is challenging Keith Thurman? See, this is what's wrong with boxing. Y'all leaving comments like that? What are we talking about? Anyway, leave the boxing talk to me. So I like that fight. Because homie has been gone over 2 years. So what does that have to do with anything? He's still a certified welterweight. Man, listen, I'm going to tell y'all, some of y'all got the weirdest logic when it comes to this boxing, and y'all paint these weird narratives. Bro, Keith Thurman, so the fact that Keith Thurman has been inactive for 2 years, that's true. 2.5 years, whatever it's been, right? But Barrios is coming off a loss, and he's moving up in weight. So that's not really, even if he does lose it, if he does lose the fight, that's not no Titanic L. Teofimo losing to Cambosos after talking all the stuff he talked and losing to a 15-1 underdog, that's a Titanic L. What are y'all talking about, bro? Y'all just be out here saying anything. But anywho, we're going to talk about the Terence Crawford and Errol Spence. I like that fight. And see, there's the usual suspects. They're going to complain because it's on pay-per-view. Oh, another pay-per-view. Y'all got to get y'all money up. Because boxing and pay-per-views is not your biggest worry if every single time a business does what a business does and announces its fights, and when it's on pay-per-view, you have to hear from the peanut gallery, the usual suspects. You get what I'm saying? Keith Thurman versus Barrios is a good fight. We can finally see one time if he's been in the lab. Now, that's a good fight. I ain't mad at it. I like it. I like it. And quiet it. Oh. Hold on. Excuse me 1 second. My bad. I had to handle a little business. But we back. But listen, here's the thing. Quiet is kept. All the old media, all the usual suspects, they hating and saying like, oh, why is this on pay-per-view? It's a good fight, but why? Just like they always do when PBC announces a fight. Bro, just listen. Why? This is what I'm trying to understand. Why does old media continue to play dumb? It's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling that certain things that are the norm, every time they crop up, people act surprised. It's really a weird positioning or a standpoint. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line is this. PBC, they do pay-per-views. If they feel they have a fight that is to facilitate it or whatever is going to be on pay-per-view, they're going to put it on pay-per-view. It's that simple. You as a consumer, you decide if you want to buy the pay-per-view. But old media, every single time a pay-per-view comes out or gets announced with PBC only, you see boxing Twitter, they're like, oh, what? A pay-per-view? And they act brand new. Like it's really weird. It's really weird. Right? If you go to a restaurant, the appetizers are typically usually a little bit cheaper than the actual meals. Depending on what you get, there's things like if you get like a basic chicken pasta, that'll probably be cheaper than steak and lobster. Listen, that's a bar. I say if you get a basic chicken pasta, it's probably cheaper than steak and lobster. That's a bar. You see what I'm saying? If you get surf and turf, you know you're going to typically, those plates are going to be more expensive. This is just common sense stuff, right? So if we all are cognitive and we go into a restaurant knowing, hey, if I get the spinach dip, the spinach artichoke dip, right? Whoa, that was a struggle. Spinach artichoke dip, that's going to be cheaper than my actual meal. See how this works? If I get something super basic that they can make in bulk and it's cheaper to buy the ingredients, like, you know, spaghetti or basic chicken Alfredo, right? That's typically going to be less expensive than king crab, which is in season only certain times or whatever, or lobster or steak. Common sense. But we always arrive here in the world of boxing where these usual suspects and buffoons try to act surprised every single time. I don't see UFC fans doing this every time Dana White and the UFC announces a pay-per-view. But boxing is so segregated with this lunacy that this is what we see every time. Oh, Keith Thurman, Mario Barrios pay-per-view, what? But speaking of Crawford, shout out to my man Tank. He said, right, nobody is forcing anybody to buy a product they don't want to buy. That's what I'm saying. See, it's funny. We live in a society where like you got anti-vaxxers and they're like, oh, nobody's going to stick me. Freedom of choice, right? And they want freedom of choice. PBC and them putting out pay-per-views, this is not like a vaccination mandate where you have to buy it if you don't want to. You see what I'm saying? So it's not like there's been a pay-per-view mandate that states on your cable bill you're going to see $100 charge because Keith Thurman's fighting Mario Barrios. But if you like the fight, then you buy the fight and keeps this thing full circle. It's very simple. Very simple process. But speaking of, the usual suspects complaining about Keith Thurman, Mario Barrios, and it's a tough sell pay-per-view. Truth be told, if they stack the card right, put some good undercard fights, preferably, that might do comparable numbers to Terence, Crawford, and Porter. To be honest. So leads me to the conversation of Terence Crawford. Now, I'm going to definitely hurt some feelings in this video. That's not my intent, but I know the game that I've been in for so long, and I know a lot of y'all do not like the truth. So we're going to speak a whole lot of that, and we're going to get it cracking. Now, Terence Crawford is a phenomenal fighter. I've always said that. I will maintain until otherwise proven. I will keep saying that. Terence Crawford, the businessman, not so much. Timing is everything. And it's exceptionally weird. It's weird that you have people like, I'm going to say Crawford fans, right? For lack of a better word, who are trying to act like they're upset with Errol Spence because Terence Crawford made the decisions that he made and played the game how he played it, and he doesn't have the leverage. And it's funny to me because, like I said, my intent is not to embarrass or maim or whatever, but I will speak the truth. And the great thing for you guys is this: just like the pay-per-view that we talked about or going to a restaurant, this is America, Jack. You have freedom of choice. You don't like what I have to say more often than not, don't watch me. You see how easy that is? I don't care because I have a dedicated fan base that understands the cook up. Even if we differ and disagree on certain things, I always explain why I feel a certain way, etc. Win, lose, or draw. That's me. You don't like that? It's not going to change. Don't watch my channel. Listen, normally you come to YouTube and people are like, oh, subscribe and, hit the like button. I do that. But I also tell the haters, don't watch my channel. I don't care. I don't care. Now, Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, let me get to cooking. Let me get to cooking, man. Listen, I got the haters looking. Let me get to cooking. I got the haters looking. Let me get to cooking. Stop playing with me. I am real big on accountability in life, not just boxing, in life. I'm real big on accountability. You got to be accountable. Like everything, every pitfall that my life has received, I've been the causation for that. I'll take the whole credit. You see what I'm saying? Not to say certain things didn't push me in the wrong direction but you're not going to blame your friends for choices that you are a party to. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if you double back, you circle back, you really look at it, most things in life, when you end up in a bad situation, it's you. It's you. Even if it's something that's out of your control. Even like you got laid off of your job, it's still you. You know why it's you? You couldn't control the company laying everybody off, but one thing you can control is your mindset. So if you choose to get laid off and instead of doing what, let's say, a single mother would do and say, hey, I got 2 kids at home, I'm a single parent, I got laid off, what do I do now? Let me look on the internet for a job, boom, boom, boom. You got choices like E40 told you, and I'm from the 707 just like him. Everybody got choices. You want to give up? Yup. Bro, you choose in this life what comes next. I promise you. More often than not, it's you. It's your mindset. You got to learn and practice stoicism. You got laid off your job. That's unfortunate. How do you bounce back? How you got to talk to yourself. I talk to myself, bro. See, there's a power in talking to yourself. At least I believe in it. And I'm not saying on no like crazy schizophrenic sociopath, No Country for Old Men, Heath Ledger. Like I'm just talking to myself and I give myself pep talks though, bro. Great consistency on real clickbait free content. Man, I get views. I don't have to overly clickbait. I mean, listen, everybody, all content creators to a degree, we'll word it spicy, but some people in boxing and just in general, it's straight clickbait to the point where it's and not even what the title says ain't even the video. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like P. Diddy slaps Kim Kardashian and you click the video and it don't have nothing to do with that. So, I definitely try to refrain from that. But, we all get somewhat spicy with the titles, but I appreciate you for noticing. Yeah, man. I give myself pep talks. Where was I? I give myself pep talks. Or I really talk to myself. That's how I know I'm the man, because I talk to myself. Y'all don't talk to yourself enough. Y'all like, ooh, why I keep, nothing works. Bro, I talk to myself all the time. Like if I'm doing a job interview, I talk to myself. Let's get it. Let's get this. I'll be like Kendrick Lamar. Top of the morning. Let's get this. See, we got to bring that in. Let's make that fashionable. I never hear, when you hear like all these like self-help, motivational speakers and stuff and entrepreneurs, you never really hear anybody speak on that angle, talking to yourself. Man, I give myself pep talks all the time. Before I start live streams, I'm like, yeah, I'm the man. Let's get it. This is what I got to do. And then like, I go through it. I got to go through the mission. That's why I be one taking my stuff. You see what I'm saying? I be like Jay-Z. I be like Hov. I be one taking my stuff because I really work for this. Bro. So I give myself pep talks, but I'm real big on accountability. And for whatever reason, what I've seen in general is a lot of the Crawford fans, they don't want none of the credibility to fall on Bud. And I don't care what none of y'all talking about. A lot of it falls on Bud's shoulders. A lot of the predicament that he's in. Listen, I said, if you look at the Bud's predicament, I'm sick of it. A lot of y'all in the comments acting ignorant. Listen, a lot of y'all in the comments typing acting ignorant. I'm sick of it. I'm about to get into the thick of it. Listen, I said I'm sick of it. Into the thick of it. I'm about to get into the thick of it. Ugh. Into the thick of it. Into the thick of it. Ugh. Yeah, block Tone Money. You ain't got no money, bro. Tone Money, you ain't got no money. That ain't money to me. Block him. Get him out of here. Yeah. We got our first bro. Get him out of here. Into the thick of it. Money to me. Block him. Get him out of here. Get her. Hold on, let me turn it down. There's too much stuff happening. Block Tone Money. You tone deaf. Spray him in his ear. You tone deaf now. Man, listen. They say I'm the best now. Spray tone deaf in his ear. He tone deaf now. Listen. Oh my gosh, bro. I said, y'all a group with one star like Destiny's Child. His name is Tone Money. Spray him in his ear. He tone deaf now. Bro, listen. They say I'm the best now. We gonna spray Tone Money in his ear. He tone deaf now. Man, stop playing, bro. Gun bars. What y'all want? We give it to you how you want it. Stop playing, bro. Get him out of here. I ain't worried about none of what y'all saying. Into the thick of it. I'm sick of it. Bro, we getting into the thick of it. Ugh. Yeah, I'm hitting y'all with them Uggs. I ain't talking about them chick boots. You with the fur. Man, boots with the fur. Bro, we about to get into the thick of it. Like, listen, I'm the best in the business. They not messing with me. My boxing talk be too spicy and it's too real. I'm too legit to quit. Hey, too legit to quit. Hey, too legit. Bro, I'm from the Bay. Too legit to quit. Too legit to quit. I'm too legit like hammering them. My shooters is hammering them. Listen, oh my God, bro. I said you can't touch this. I said I'm too legit like hammering them. You can't touch this. My shooters are hammering them. Oh my gosh, bro. I'm about to go ham sandwich on y'all. Listen, I said I'm from the Bay. I'm too legit like hammering them. My shooters clap. That's, oh my gosh, bro. I'm too legit like hammering them. My shooters clap and hammering them. Stop playing. Y'all know what I come to do. Back to Terence Crawford. So Terence Bud Crawford, I seen a lot of Crawford fans do not want to accept reality. They don't want to accept reality and put no accountability on Bud. Ugh. Surprise, motherfucker. A lot of this is Bud's fault. I said I'm too legit like hammering them. My shooters clap. We hammering them. Stop playing, bro. I'm Tim the Tool Man Taylor. Stop playing with what we doing. Hold on. Y'all made me miss Kamal Oz super chat. Hold on. Let me see. Crawford still hasn't signed with Al Heyman PBC. Word. Yeah, shout out to the boy Kamal Oz. Yeah, now let's get into the thick of it. Bro, Crawford is to blame. I don't care who says what. He is to blame. You're in this predicament, into the thick of it. You wanted to do things your way. See, this what I like to call niggish. Some people be on that niggish. You see what I'm saying? And they want to do things their way. That's cool. But it's a gamble. You want to do it your way. Listen, there's the right way and there's the nigga way. You dig what I'm saying? And just know you could do it the right way or you could do it the nigga way. But at the end of the day, it's a gamble and you're taking that gamble. So if it doesn't pay off, I don't want to hear a lot of slow singing and flower bringing. Get my likes up. This is the gamble you take. Like, for example, sometimes doing it the knuckle way pays off. Example, case in point, Rockefeller Records. Jay-Z, ho, it's your boy, right? Dame Dash, Biggs, Kareem, whatever, right? They got tired of getting turned down from labels, so they put their own money up, 10,000 or whatever it was at the time in the 90s. And then they said, whatever, we do our own clothes, we do our own, album cover. We'll buy our own studio time and we'll drop our artist, Jay-Z, which we believe in, Reasonable Doubt. So sometimes it pays off. So shout out to Dame and Jay because it worked out for them. Terence Crawford, he thought he was Rockefeller Records. Rockefeller died that was the end of his chapter. This is who y'all chose to name y'all company after. I rock hoes, y'all rock fellas. Bro, what y'all talking about? Y'all dealing with, it's me, man. Bro, Terence Crawford thought it was Rockefeller Records. Like he was just going to come up and, I'm feeling in. You know what I mean? And he was just going to do everything his way. And he tried, and this is the situation he's in. Me and Kamal Oz been telling y'all for a minute. Shout out to Kamal. Honestly, Boo Boo Andrade and Bud Crawford have a lot in common. Facts. Bud thought he was Rockefeller Records. That's the reality. I'm feeling in, feeling around, feeling in. I gotta let him know the time like Movado. My motto, stack rocks like Colorado. Bro, he was feeling it. And he thought he was like, Mr. I'm getting 4 million minimums or whatever he was getting. And he was good with that. And he stayed on the side that didn't get him any of the fights. His team couldn't get him none of the fights. All we had to hear was Bud and Pacquiao. And I pushed for it. So listen, how soon we forget? I was right there in Bud Corner pushing for all of these fights, including Manny Pacquiao. And I got the videos on the channel to prove it. Now I get labeled the Bud hater because of the delusional Bud Crawford fans that don't want to accept any blame or, like I said, accountability. So it's just funny how these things come into fruition. I went to several Bud fights. I've supported Bud. I continue to support Bud. I bought his Porter fight. I bought all of his fights, or I watched them, or I covered them, or I went to them. It's the reality of it. And it's sad that I have to say this, but I'm going to say this. So my shooters don't have to spray this. Yeah, get them likes up. We live in the fact that a lot of boxing fans have this Bud or Errol mentality shows you'll never be on my level. Elite ego, you'll never be on my level because I don't think like that. I said it before. Y'all want to play a bunch of kid games like Squid Games. I said I came in the game and it's changed. Big chain like Rick James. Y'all want to play a bunch of kid games like Squid Games. Man, stop playing. I said I came into the game and it's changed. Big change like Rick James. Y'all want to play a bunch of kid games like Squid Game. Man, stop playing with me, bro. That's a bar. I don't play the little kid games. I don't play a bunch of kid games. It's okay to like Errol, Spence, and Terence Crawford at the same time. Like, I ain't no little kid. Oh, Jet Li or Jackie Chan, Michael Jackson or Prince. Both, muff. I like Michael Jackson and Prince. Anybody that ever met me will tell you that. I'm a huge fan of Prince and I'm a huge fan of Michael Jackson. It's okay. But boxing, it's not like that. There's a lot of people, you know, you guys in your joyous beta male worlds, you guys got this belief system that if I like Bud, then I gotta hate Errol Spence, you know? Or if I like Top Rank, then PBC is the ops. You know, I don't live in that world, bro. There's a lot of good fighters signed to different promoters and whatever else. And I truly like Terence Crawford. I think he's a phenomenal talent. I think he's a good dude. You know, I wish he would show his personality more because I think he is super funny. You know what I mean? From stories and stuff that I've heard, blah, blah, blah. And he real, you know. But I also like Errol Spence. You know, that's just me. So I'm really a innocent bystander in this whole thing. But, you know, boxing fans, a lot of them, they want you to believe in what they believe in. They feel like, oh, this black fighter, Gervonta, is fighting Isaac Cruz, so I gotta like one or the other. Bro, I like Gervonta Davis. I told y'all that. Y'all know that. But I like Isaac Pitbull Cruz a lot too, bro. And I've told y'all that. It's okay. It's okay. But a lot of people they don't have the maturity or whatever. They come from wherever they come from. So they look at it like, oh, this black guy, I don't like him because I'm Viva Mexico and La Raza and all this other stuff. So I'm rocking with Pitbull Cruz and Tank is the ops. I don't look at boxing like that. You know what I mean? I'm definitely checking for Pitbull's next fight. You know what I'm saying? And I'm, of course, checking for Tank's next fight. It's that simple. But we live in this weird world where you like Errol, then that means you hate Crawford, vice versa. It's stupid. But that's something, it's unfortunate, but I'm here to speak the truth. I'm here to speak the truth. Where he say that? Oh, wow. He said Bob Arum said Tio's career might be over. Hey, I ain't heard that. I got to verify that. Bro, Bob he a savage. Listen, shout out to happy birthday to Bob. He turned 90. I see how he survived in the game so long. That man is cutthroat. Bro, if you in this business as long as Bob, you got to be, how could you be so heartless? Bro, Bob be greasy with it. I like it though. I ain't gonna front. I like when he get to Bob Father. I told the kid not to go with Eddie Hearns and DAZN, and now he lost to Gambosis. Had him looking like mankind, and it wasn't kind. His face looked like a Kotex, so his career, it might be over. Bro, Bob, this man, he knows no bounds. Bro, there's nothing out of bounds. Bob, listen, Bob, I told Tio, shut the little prick. Yeah. Bro, when he went on the reporter, that was so funny, bro. He's like, hey, Bob, what are the Tio female? You should have paid him what he was worth. Shut you little prick. And he's like, oh, yeah? He said, yeah. Bro, Bob was about to chunk him. Bro, Bob had flashbacks. Bob been in a scrap or two. He said, oh, yeah? He said, yeah. He like, bro, you know what that means when someone challenges your yeah? You see what I'm saying? I'm from the Bay, so these things tend to happen. Listen, he said, shut the little prick. And he's like, oh, yeah? And he said, yeah. Bro, you know what that yeah mean. That yeah mean you ready with that smoke dope. Bro, you ready for that smoke dope. You gonna light the thing up, turn it to a smoke show. I know what that double yeah mean. He said, oh yeah? He said, yeah. And then he thought about it. He's like, oh, there's cameras, there's people. I don't have to get all in there. Get off my 77. Get off my 77. Bro, he didn't want to have to get loose. So he's like, Derek, get him out of here. Bro, he did that like the Godfather. That man said, Derek, Bob got shooters on deck like BOXINGEGO. Like the chat, he got real shooters, bro. He said, Derek, get him out of here. Bob is like a Jewish Nino Brown. Listen, I ain't gonna hold y'all. He the Jewish Nino Brown, if I ever seen one. L'chaim. Bro, Bob is the Jewish Nino Brown. Sit your $5 ass down before I make change. Bro, Bob come to the meeting with the Rottweilers, jump roping with the leash. Now I told Tio not to trust Eddie. I never liked you anyway. You light-skinned motherfucker. Bro, Bob with the smoke. Bob is listen, on the set, on hood, bro. On the set, Bob is the Nino Brown. He is the Jewish Nino Brown of this set. Yeah, $5 before I make change. Now I warned you, kid. It was Teofimo, the educated brother from the bank. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth, Miss Hawkins. Oh, I'm about to go to hell with these jokes. Bro, it was Teofimo and his dad, the educated brothers from the bank. I didn't ask for this life lesson. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth, Miss Hawkins. I'm Bob Arum of Top Rank. Bro, Bob with the smoke. Bro, I promise you, Bob Arum could be in any hood movie that you can think of. Boys in the Hood. I'm tired of this. Hey. Woo! Bro, he could do the Trey Styles role. I promise you. Remember when Trey Styles pulled up Nia Long crib? I'm tired of this. Hey. Woo! Ah! And when he was letting them punches fly though, Bob could do that. Doe. Let me out. Doe. Let me out. Bro, he gonna get out the whip. Bro, let me out. He could have did that role. He could have did Trey Styles. I'm not from Africa. I'm from Crenshaw Mafia. You African booty scratch. Okay, let's hold on. We got to reel it back in. I'm about to get lost. Y'all better stop. Bro, I'm just telling you, Bob, he a method actor. He could been in all the movies. I'm not from Africa. I'm from Crenshaw Mafia. You African. Man, you know he could have been in Too Deep. You ain't a cop. You ain't a cop, Jay Reed. I'm God. Top rank, I'm God. Bro, he in Too Deep, easy. That would have been an easy. LL's role, that would have been easy for the Godfather. Juice. What you gonna do? Shoot me in the elevator? He could have been Q or Bishop. What are you gonna do? Shoot me in the elevator? Nah, he would have been Bishop. I heard you copped a piece from Sweets. I threw it in the river. You's a stupid mother. Bro, he could have been in Juice. Facts. Yo, Bishop, what's the big idea? You telling the cops I kill Raheem. Man, I ain't tell the cops. Kamal says, Bob to Tom Loeffler, get out of here, bum Lovekin, get out of here. Man, Triple G, he ain't even fighting one time this year. He null and void. But anyway, back to the accountability. We had a little bit of fun. Hey, Business Brain, chill, bro. He said Bob Arum could have been Joe Pesci in Casino. I'm done. Y'all ain't go take me there. Bro, Joe Pesci was a beast in that. I asked you, when the did I ask you? Get that through your head, you motherfucker, you. Bro, Bob was gay. I mean, I see y'all got me saying Bob. Bro, Pesci was gangster in Casino when he met him in the desert. I asked you, when the did I ask? Get this through your head, you mother. Bro, he sound, that's why he was trying to cuss in Home Alone, but it was like rated PG, so he couldn't really cuss, but it was the same Pesci. Bro, they had to censor the cussing on the Home Alone. He was like, out the like they couldn't let him cuss, but he was getting off in Casino. Bro, listen to him get angry, like when his head caught on fire in Home Alone. He's like, they had to censor it, but he was getting off in Casino. I asked you, when the did I ask you? Get that through your head, you motherfucker, you. Shout out to Pesci. He a beast. Joe Pesci was a mumble rapper with them cuss words in Home Alone. Facts. He was sounding like Demolition Man. You ball break. You know you use 3 seashells. Toilet paper. All right. I gotta get back to the Crawford thing. Hold on. Smash the like button. Hold on. So, some odd reason, Crawford fans, from what I've seen, don't want Terence Crawford to have any shared responsibility in where he's currently at. And I think that is false. I think that's cap. That's cap, bro. I'm real big on accountability, and you must be held accountable for situations that you get yourself into. Listen, this is absolute facts. There were people rocking with Terence Crawford heavy. When he was like, do you notice this was happening? Crawford at 140, everyone's like, oh, beast, oh, undisputed, because he did great things there, right? Undisputed. It was when he moved up to welterweight and when he signed a extension with Top Rank where people raised their eyebrow and they're like, huh? Why? And I remember doing a live, and if you don't believe me, I don't delete the videos. You can find it on my channel. I did a live. See, that's why I'm not bothered when people say, oh, you're just a Crawford hater and all that goofy stuff. I don't worry about that because unlike y'all, my life and my life's work in this boxing game is documented. So I've left the breadcrumbs. But when Crawford re-signed the Top Rank, a lot of people reached out and said, Ego, why did he do this? He shouldn't have did this. And I, on that live stream, I remember it. I even think I have a red shirt on or like a Niners shirt or something. I did the live stream and I was like, hey, I try to fan down the flames. And I was like, it's Crawford's choice. Hopefully he made a good choice. Let's see. Let's wait and see. And I was trying to be the voice of reason. But fast forward to the future, several fights that didn't really put you over the echelon of stardom that you've been at. So you've been like at a plateau basically since you've been at welterweight. Now you see why everybody was like, man, why you signed it? Why you re-signed, bro? And now Crawford's team, now that he it sounds like he's leaving Top Rank, now his team just wants to jump into the mix, and so many things have changed to the point where like it's the whole stratosphere of the welterweight division has changed. You see what I'm saying? And people, this is the power of decisions. The decision you don't make today could either haunt or relieve you in the future. The decisions you make here and now, the decisions you make today can either haunt or relieve you. Will Smith did an interview and he was offered the role of Neo in The Matrix. At the time, Will Smith turned it down to do Wild West. That sole decision is Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford is Big Willie style, getting jiggy with it, turning down The Matrix, PBC, which, keep in mind, this December, they got another Matrix, probably 10, 15 years after the first one or whatever it's been. They got another Matrix. Do you know they have not made the Wild West reboot since? They haven't made no sequels. That's Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford is that choice. But luckily for Will Smith, he's an actor and he's had memorable roles before and after that. Crawford, not so much. Will, even if he does a movie that bombs and flops like Wild Wild West, he was Fresh Prince. He's a rapper. He's Men in Black, Independence Day, Bad Boys. Now that's how you're supposed to try. You know, he got classics already. Terence Crawford, not so much. So we're going to hold people accountable for the decisions they make. Will Smith, he fumbled the bag. You chose Wild Wild West over The Matrix because you didn't fully understand the vision. He's like, man, the weird world and technology and The Matrix spawned the bullet time that where we dodged the bullets and all that. So that was like cinematic history because that particular innovation hadn't been done in a film before, that bullet time effect. Wild Wild West is very forgettable. I've watched it once and never watched. The best thing is Selma Hayek boobs. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't a good movie, bro. That's Bud Crawford. You made the decisions you made, and that's where you're at. It's that simple. Like, why do you think parents listen, I'm the king of these analogies. If y'all want me to hit y'all with another analogy upside y'all head, Matrix changed the game. Exactly. Yeah, Selma Hayek, fine. She's still fine. She was like a billionaire though, so that's hard to compete with. You see what I'm saying? How you gonna compete when a chick boyfriend is a billionaire? Like, hey, I want to take you to Applebee's. She like, Applebee's? What? My boyfriend owns Applebee's, bro. Listen, if you date a chick and the dude she talking to is a billionaire, you can't compete with that, bro. Unless you be killing in the bed though, that you might. But I don't know. She not gonna pick you. You gonna be a side dude. You just gonna be thugging, thug loving. You know what I'm saying, bro? That's gonna be hard, bro. Imagine Miss Bezos or something. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna pull Miss Bezos? You be like, yeah, I ordered you a gift off of Amazon. My husband owns Amazon. Oh man, what type of bro? You ordering her a gift off Amazon Prime, and you think you doing something, and her husband owned the Amazon Prime. Nah, bro, you can't get that. Y'all ain't getting no pussy. Listen, you ain't getting none. You ain't getting none tonight. What did Lil Zane say? You ain't getting none tonight, bro. It's over. What you gonna give her? Some perfume? And then she got a billionaire boyfriend. He closed down the whole mall. I rented the mall out for you. I figured you'd want to pick anything you want from any store. Bro, you can't compete with that. How you gonna compete with that? Y'all complaining off of pay-per-views in boxing. How you gonna compete with a billionaire? Y'all can't even afford the PBC pay-per-view. Oh my God, Keith Thurman on pay-per-view. Bro, y'all can't even. Luis Ortiz for $40. Y'all can't even afford a pay-per-view the way y'all sounded. Y'all broke as hell. How you gonna compete with a billionaire for a woman's affection? It's over, bro. Nah, it's over. Nah, you might be able, if you good in bed, the girl might side dude you. Get them little rocks off, you know what I mean? You're like, hey, I bought you some coffee on this glorious Monday. My husband, he bought me a Tesla on this glorious Monday. Like, damn. You bringing her Starbucks and he making Starbucks. That's a bar. Listen, I say you bringing her Starbucks and he making them Starbucks. He bought her a Tesla? Oh my gosh. How you going to compete, huh? What did A1 do? Oh, no, A1, he went off the deep end. Y'all nasty. Bud is nice, but Errol is a real live wire. There were hundreds of people begging on Sunday for the link to Tank Cruz. And it'd be the same haters that say they don't want to see the fight. And who's Isak Cruz and he a bum. Now all of a sudden everybody love Isak Cruz. Ain't that something? See how that works? But anyway, Bud ain't got no one to blame. I believe that. Bud, he got his own self to blame. It's that simple. Bro. Listen, Bud has himself to blame. There's no one that's going to convince me of anything else. There's no one on this planet, because I know what I'm saying is true. Listen, y'all can't convince me. Y'all can't convince me. Stop playing, bro. This is why, see, that's why I said you could do it your way. See, that's the thing. You want to do it your way and then deal with the consequences when it don't play out. That's it. You took the gamble. It's your fault, bro. Look, into the thick of it. Into the thick of it. Huh? What's that say? Bob Arum says Crawford isn't a pay-per-view draw. We lost money on every fight. Into the thick of it. Into the thick of it. This, now, keep in mind, this has nothing to do with Bud not being a good fighter. Listen, being a good fight, this is not about being good or bad. You see what I'm saying? It's not about being a bad fighter. No one I've ever heard has called Bud a bad fighter. We talking about the business moves. Why are we playing this game, bro? Y'all better stop playing games with me. I'm not here for no games, bro. You know what I'm talking about. You know, man.
To this day. To this day.
You know what I'm talking
Go
about.
look up the
To
history.
this day.
Shit, don't everybody believe in Google? Go Google that shit. See what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, man.
No. We're not doing that. Somebody said Bob is like an ex-girlfriend jealous. Bro, to be honest, listen, I'm not saying he should do Bud like that, because I don't think he should be doing Bud like that. But he's probably not lying. That's the thing. Y'all, listen. Y'all got, some of y'all got these weird narratives, and I'm not here for it. Bro, how is he jealous when if anything, okay, put it this way. Let's start here. Here's a good starting point. Is Bob Arum lying or telling the truth in that statement? Is Arum says that Terence Crawford is not a pay-per-view draw, and we've lost money on every fight. So I'm assuming he's talking about every pay-per-view fight that he's done. So Poppy Mar, you've been striking out. I might have to body you, bro. So you think on the Victor Postal, Amir Khan, and Sean Porter fight, Bob Arum is lying and they made a ton of profit? That's what you're telling me. No, let's really see. Listen, y'all gonna play my game. It's my channel. Y'all play my game. No. Listen, next person to say Bob Arum grumpy and jealous and stuff is getting blocked. So y'all gonna play my game. Listen to the question, and then I don't care. If you ain't answering, hey, come on, chill out though. Chill out. You blocking regulars and timing them out. Chill out. I'm asking you guys a direct question, and you gonna answer my question. I don't care about all this other stuff y'all talking about. So let's try this one last time. Bob Arum is basically saying every Crawford pay-per-view he has lost money. Is that true or false? It doesn't matter if Bob's known for lying. Listen, now we about to start blocking regulars. I'm gonna try this yet again. I don't care if Bob has lied in the past. We know what he's done and hasn't done. I don't care about Mayweather, Pacquiao. I'm asking you a question. Bob Arum has said that the pay-per-views he's done with Crawford, he has lost money. Is that true statement? That one statement, not something he said about Pacquiao or why does he do this or he's jealous. I'm asking you a very direct question and I need a direct answer. Did he lose money on Victor Postal, Amir Khan pay-per-views, and most recently Sean Porter? Block Sports Hope, he a troll. See, y'all want to conjure up what you want, but you're not listening to what's being said. Shout out to D. Thank you. Somebody that pays attention to boxing. Much love to D. Jones. D. Jones says Bob Arum said before the fight that Sean Porter and Terence Crawford had to do 150,000 pay-per-view buys to do and break even. Yahoo Sports came out with this cap number for that fight, but then the real reports came out and they said it did 135,000, which means if your break even point was 150K based on the fighters and the main event salaries, that means you're in the hole. So realistically speaking, Bob Arum, he's going to say whatever he wants. I don't agree with everything he says, but he's probably being honest here. He probably has lost money in Crawford's pay-per-views. That sounds very, very, because first of all, Bob Arum, we could say, let's say he's cheap. Right? So he don't like to lose money. So I'm not saying it's right for him to throw Crawford under the bus, but it's probably true. And listen, I'm going to say it is true. I'm not the promoter, but, and again, I know Bob Arum is sometimes he says whatever he wants or whatever, but it's true. You know how I know it's true? Because listen, y'all ain't better than me. Y'all can't beat me. These young boys can't beat me. I promise you, these young boys can't beat me. I done forgot more boxing than y'all been around for. Because Bob Arum been telling you it. Boom. What y'all talking about? See, I know stuff that y'all forgot. See, ain't nobody better than me when it comes to boxing. Notes, ESPN, Dan Raphael. He don't even work for ESPN. So that goes to show you how old and how long ago this article was from. This is from September 2nd, 2016. I done forgot more boxing than y'all ever learned. Notes, ESPN, a guy that don't even write for ESPN anymore. And Bob Arum been telling you. Notes, Bob Arum says he lost 100,000 on the Crawford versus Postal pay-per-view. That's how I know he's telling the truth, because he been telling you that. He been telling you since 2016 that he was losing money on Crawford. And if you guys actually live boxing like me and you were there for that Postal fight. I went to the Postal fight, FYI. But I remember at the time it was a good fight, and people had said that, why is it on pay-per-view though? You see what I'm saying? Like, it just didn't make sense it being on pay-per-view. It was a great HBO boxing after dark type of fight. That's that. So Bob Arum been telling you he losing money. So I don't think he's, in this specific instance, I don't think he's making it up to make Crawford look bad. Crawford's leaving him, so he's just throwing out all the, he knew there's a chance that Crawford's leaving, so now the cat's out the bag and he's not, the gloves are off, he's just telling the business. That's basically what's going on. When Crawford's with him, he still, 2016, Crawford was with him, and he still put that out. So what does that tell you? And this is who Crawford decided to re-up with. A guy that since 2016, that I've now proven, has kept telling the world that he losing money on you. This is your fault. You chose this. You got to live by the sword, die by the sword. The man since 2016, it might have even been before that. I'm just going off of my memory because I'm the GOAT. A guy that since 2016 keep telling the world that you ain't a moneymaker. When have you ever heard Leonard Ellerby say that Gervonta Davis don't move the needle? Okay. I'm the best in the business. I'm the best there. Oh my. Okay. Block learning French. Go learn it somewhere else. Block him. What happened to that boy? Block learning French. You gonna French kiss this pistol. Listen, learn that. Learning French. You gonna French kiss this pistol. My shooters clap shooting missiles. Listen, they won't miss you. I said, you learning French? You about to French kiss this pistol. My shooters shoot missiles, won't miss you. Get Caleb out of here. I ain't worried about you either. Block him too. Oh, we blocking. Man, block everything move.
He got cooked.
Adrian, you
We
didn't
blocking
go down like
everything.
that, huh?
He got cooked.
Block Mac video. Laugh at that. We blocking everything. I'm blocking all y'all. Yeah, let's get it. Let's get it. Hey, Ness, get rid of the easy work. Mac videos, block him. We gonna hit you with the Mac. we get him out of here too, bro. Get him out of here. I told y'all, they don't like what I be cooking, because when I be cooking, y'all know I'm coming with facts. They know I'm coming with facts, so they coming with ridiculousness. You foolish peons getting peed on. Shout out to Ness. Man, you foolish infidels. Now the electric fence is up. Get that. Hold that. Yeah, hold that. All right, we back. Now it's over. Shout out to Noel. Man, I don't know how many people we just clapped. They was like John Wick in the chat, bro. They was John Wick with the stick, bro. I said everything I spit getting sick. They was John Wick with the stick. It's getting ridiculous. I told you I'm sick of this. Getting ridiculous. Everything I spit that it's sick. John Wick with the stick. Let's get it. I'm ready. So, Bob Arum been telling you since at least 2016 he's losing money off of Terence Bud Crawford. Now, everyone keeps trying to pit this narrative that Errol Spence is ducking, but it don't look like Bud's business is all the way up to par. But listen to what I'm saying. I told you I was going to hurt feelings. I told you I was going to hurt some feelings. Bob too busy riding Lomachenko to get Crawford the fights he needs. I will agree with that. I will agree that Top Rank and ESPN, they didn't give Bud the proper avenues to really capitalize on how good of a fighter he is. I agree with that. But listen, none of that has anything to do with the actual realities. You see what I'm saying? That's like you go to a donut shop and then you eat the Krispy Kreme and you go and then the donuts, they're like real doughy. And you're like, these would be good if they cooked them longer. But guess what? The whole batch of donuts is done and they didn't cook them longer. So they taste nasty and they taste undercooked and they taste doughy. That's the reality. See, there's a lot of people, they get mad at me. So my shooters got to splatter their anatomy. Because when I get on these boxing videos, I spit reality. I'm not here like, yeah, these could be good donuts if this would be a good stew if it wasn't too salty. You see what I'm saying? I'm here to talk about what it is. I don't care. Yeah, this would be great if the chicken was seasoned, if the stew wasn't too salty. We could do this all day. We could do this all day. I'm talking about the realities of Mr. Terence Bud Crawford and the situation he's in. Not like, oh, if Top Rank and ESPN cherished him and treated him like red carpet treatment like Lomachenko and Tyson Fury, because guess what? They didn't. So now I got to give you guys my thoughts based on the realities, the decisions Bud's made, the realities, things we see, not what it could be, you see? And the reality is, Bud Crawford said he deserves the lion's share with Errol Spence. It's not going to happen. 60-40 my way. He said he wants it my way like Usher. It's not going to happen. So if we're being fair, how can we blame Errol Spence when a person doesn't have the statistics to back up what they're saying, and then they've done quote unquote bad business and their promoter's been throwing them under the bus since the dawn of time, saying, hey, I lost money on the Postal fight, but I could have bought a house with the amount I'm losing on the fight. Terence Crawford isn't a pay-per-view draw. I'm losing money on every fight. It's not put, this is the person you chose, and this is what he's doing to stain your brand. And then now you're trying to come out of it years too late. And now that you don't have the leverage that you probably could have had because of the decision, say it with me, that you made, then whose fault is that? That's what I'm saying. Like, how are you going to be mad because of the decisions that you made? These are the realities for Bud. Talent through the roof. He's as talented as can be. But we know we're in a space of boxing where Jake Paul, I guarantee you Jake Paul's making more money than someone who is insanely talented, has insane skill set. But based on boxing and the business and where we're at, Jake Paul make more money than said boxing fighter. That's a reality. That's a reality, bro. It's so skills pay the bills in the ring. That's boxing is the ultimate polygraph, truth serum. That's going to show you in the ring, and Crawford's passing that with flying colors. He's a true fighter. But let's not act like being a beast of a fighter means you're a beast of a business person, because these aren't in the same. Michael Jordan is the best basketball player of all time. Does not mean he's the best owner of all time. If he was a coach, it doesn't mean he's going to be the best coach of all time, but he's the best basketball player. These aren't one and the same. These aren't one and the same. And I don't understand how people try to overcomplicate these. Errol's saying big fish for multiple reasons. He is. He got a better resume than Bud, and he makes more money than Bud, I'm assuming. I'm not even assuming. I know, but whatever. He make more money than Bud. He has the better resume than Bud. He's put on the bigger events than Bud, and his promoter's not throwing him under the bus. He don't even have like a technical promoter. He got an advisor. But none of those people, or the people who are helping to promote TGB, none of them are throwing Spence under the bus saying, oh, Spence, oh, he lazy in the gym. Oh, Spence can't sell. Oh, Spence da-da-da-da. Nobody's doing that. But Bud Crawford, up until 2 weeks ago or whenever the Porter fight is, this is the team you entrusted for your career, and this is how he's doing you. Arum, Crawford isn't a pay-per-view draw. We've lost money in every fight. There's no Brittany Goosen. I follow her. TGB, they're not doing this to Errol Spence. This is a reality. Brittany Goosen, she's showing love to Deontay Wilder, win, lose, or draw. She's showing love to Porter. She's showing love to Spence. She's not saying, oh, Errol Spence, you know, he messed up his chances, and he's not this, and he can't sell, and I lost money. So this is who Bud trusted with his career. You got to ride that wave, bro. It's that simple. And it's funny that when King Ego, the king of all boxing talks, say these realities, people say, oh, you're just hating and you're hating Bud. Into the thick of it, into ugh. So in the article where Bob Arum says that Bud loses him insane amount of money, again, for the 1,000th time, this is what Crawford's sister put on social media in response to that article. Well, he should have made the big fights he was asking for instead of putting him in with fighters that were unknown. Into the thick of it, ugh. So why are Crawford fans acting like everybody else is the bad guy and your own sister just said, hey, y'all should have made some bigger fights instead of putting Bud in with these unknown fighters? Ugh. So when I say that, it just shows me I'm great. It just shows me what I'm saying is the absolute truth. Your own sister is saying, hey, if you feel that way, you should have put Bud in the bigger fights instead of putting him with unknown fighter. This is not my words. This is Team Crawford by way of his sister, who's 1,000% supportive of Bud. So that means Bud's team realizes the people that you fought at the welterweight class with Top Rank were unknown names by and large. So how am I the Bud hater and you saying what I'm saying? So how am I wrong? Oh, this easy work. Listen, it's easy work. How am I wrong when you just corroborated what I said? You didn't, Team Crawford, they didn't go against what I said. You corroborate. You said that Bob Arum should have put him in with bigger fight, which is what I've been saying. So how am I a Bud? So his sister ain't a hater, and she's saying the same thing as me, but I'm a hater, and I've been telling y'all that. Ugh, make that make sense. I told you this is the problem with boxing. When you keep it real, you kick the actual facts. When people don't want to hear it, you get labeled. Oh, you're racist. Oh, you're a hater. All this goofy stuff. But the reality is, what I'm saying has always been true. And now it's coming to fruition. This is Bud's problem. This is Bud's problem. Let's see how he solves it. And to be honest, I don't have faith that Bud will do the most sensible thing, which is to create a working relationship with PBC. He might, I'm with Daniel Kinahan and MTK. I'm with Pro Bellum, and do all this weird stuff and then continue not to get the fights. So good luck with that. You tried it your way the first time, and this is where you're at. You see where Errol's at. Errol Spence, he really don't even have to mention Bud Crawford, to be honest. But Bud Crawford, he's the one saying, I'll never mention Errol again. The fight's dead. But then you're doing ocean videos, Aquaman videos. That's a reality. Bud Arum, Bud Arum. Bob Arum stole and wasted Bud's prime years. See? But that's decisions you made. But y'all not going to say I'm wrong and I keep proving y'all right. That don't work. That's not fair. That's not fair at all. Now y'all saying Bob wasted his prime years. This is who you chose to be with. Yeah, he said he probably going to MTK, which doesn't get him any closer to the fights. But beyond that, like I said, Bud Crawford wanted to do things his way, which is cool. I'm a self-made entrepreneur. So I'm all with taking gambles and taking risk. You could take big risk on crypto or particular one, particular coin, stocks. But just so you know, when you take those big risks, that's what it is. It's a risk. It's a gamble. Block Julio. I don't care about you or nobody that look like you in the comment section, bro. 3 people that look like you. I don't care what you talking about. Block Julio. He Moodio. Block him. These are the realities, the decisions you make. So again, if you say, hey, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do it my way, that's cool. But it's a gamble. And you take that gamble, it's either going to pay off or it's not going to pay off. It's that simple. Like, for example, I could do this so easy, and I don't even know I be blessing y'all with so many gems. It's just too easy for me. Who knows who Steve Smith is? I got an analogy for y'all. I don't even know why I'm giving y'all these free gems. Y'all really need to be getting the likes up, likes or loot something. I'm giving y'all too much for free, too much free game. You lucky I'm in a good mood. Who knows who Steve Smith is? Let me see who know they stuff. Man, come on. Y'all don't know. See, y'all don't even know sports. What am I doing, bro? Y'all don't even know. Nobody knows Steve Smith. Okay, great. So we don't have no sports fans. Great. Amazing. Who knows who Steve Smith is? Steve Smith. Detroit, none of y'all ever heard? Wow. Was y'all born in 2006? What? Nobody knows who Steve Smith is. Man, y'all don't read, watch documentary, nothing. That's crazy. Not Steve Smith with the Panthers. No. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. Wow. I'm gonna still use an analogy, and then maybe I'll be giving y'all a little bit of knowledge on it as well. That's crazy. I thought somebody would know who he is. So, Steve Smith was a basketball player who showed a lot of promise, and he looked like he was going to go to the NBA. Listen, I'll give you all the backstory, the cliff notes. Steve Smith was a basketball player, and he was raw, and he had a lot of promise, and it looked like he was going to go to the NBA. He played for Arizona State. He was a gambler in college, and so you guys know college players they don't get paid. It's not the NBA. You see what I'm saying? So you don't get paid like that, right? But he was a gambler. He owed some white dude a debt like $10,000. So they basically got into cahoots, and they concocted a plan where he could still win games, but he could rig the games, fix the games in terms of keep the score. It's called point shaving, right? Keep the score within a certain range so they can bet. And if the score, like they would take specific bets, and if he could point shave and keep the points within that ratio, then the person who was wagering all these bets on 18 tickets would win. Headache Smith. Thank you. Shout out to Eric. Carly, thank you. Yeah, they do. They got a Netflix documentary. Bad Sport, I think it's called. So that's the concept. Talented basketball player with Arizona State, ASU or whatever. He was in debt. He got himself in some kind of debt. So they concocted a plan, him and this other dude, two dudes and Steve Smith, and he brought in one extra player, and they were point shaving. So they're basically fixing games, and like where they could blow out a team by 20 points, they were keeping it within a certain range so the people can bet on the games and hit on their tickets with the sports book. And the dude got like the main mastermind dude, they say he got like 8 to 10 million because they fixed these 4 games, because he basically knows what the score is going to be. And Steve Smith was such a good player, he could gauge it. He can kind of gauge that, right? Yeah, he from Dallas. See, thank you. Some people know. So the point is this. The reason I'm even bringing up this story is this. To this day, I believe he scored the most points in Arizona State history. He was on his way to the NBA, but guess what? After the season, like they kept doing it. Like first it was supposed to be like 1-2 games, and then 2 games turned into a third game, and the third game turned to a fourth game. So they got greedy with it. And then they got so greedy that the feds caught on to it because too many people was talking about, or too many people was placing bets because other people had found out about it, and a bunch of people started placing bets, and that's a red flag to the casinos. Like, why is everyone betting on this underdog? This doesn't make sense. So then they started looking into it, and then the whole thing, y'all should watch. There's a Netflix documentary. You guys can watch that. Bad Sport. Check it out on Netflix. Anyway, good stuff. The reason I'm bringing up Stephen Smith is this. He is one of the best point guards that college has ever seen. And he was probably limiting himself, and he still has the highest amount of points scored in that particular college's history. And he was shaving games. Like, I think they did like 4 games, and he was shaving points off the game. So he might have been able to go off even more had he not got himself into that. So the reason I'm bringing that up in relationship to Terence Crawford is this. You made your bed, you got to lie in it. Stephen Smith, when the draft came out, like 1996 draft or whatever, Steph Smith probably would have got drafted, but all this drama and this federal indictment and investigation was occurring right as the season ended. He withdrew from his classes. They did the draft, and Juwan Howard and all these other people got drafted. Guess who didn't get drafted? Stephen Smith. So now you got to live your whole life in regret because and the crazy part about it, they were giving him like $10,000, $20,000, which to the average person, you're looking at that like, oh, that's a good amount of money. But that ain't ish in comparison to if you're an all-star in the NBA, which you would have been making. So the point I'm making to drive this all home is you got to live with the decisions that you make. Stephen Smith could have definitely been in the NBA making top dollars, and who knows, what if he went on to be like Allen Iverson or better? But you chose to make, decisions that thwarted and dashed your dreams of getting into the NBA by point shaving, and then he ended up having to go to prison for it for like a year or whatever it was. So to make $10,000, $20,000 in the meantime, and then do a prison sentence in the end, you have foregone an NBA journey where you would have been making way more. Terence Crawford is Stephen Smith. The reason is like, bro, you would have been in the Terence Crawford has the skill. And if he would have went to PBC when people were telling him to, I have no doubt that he would have beat guys, some guys at least. You see what I'm saying? But he would have been in high profile fights, and he would have been making, look at the Charlos, look at their cars, look at their houses. Enough said. Look at Errol Spence. He buying ranches after an accident. Errol Spence got in an accident, wrecked and wrapped a car, then went and bought, I think, another Lambo. You see what I'm saying? So obviously a lot of these, look at Berto's cars. Look at Berto's, he was doing a cooking show. Look at Berto's house. I mean, it's common sense. So just like Stephen Smith, that's what I feel like with Crawford. You got to be responsible for the decisions you make. So to make a quick $10,000, $20,000 for a couple games, you copped a squat on your NBA dreams. That don't average out. This is kind of what Crawford did. But he didn't. The only difference is with the Steph Smith did something that's illegal, and Crawford didn't do anything that's illegal or like malicious or unethical. You know what I mean? Crawford didn't do anything unethical like point shaving. He's just winning his fights. But I'm still making the comparison based on the fact of you got to live and die by the decisions that you make. Stephen Smith took a gamble to get the quick paycheck. That's why I tell you all the time on my channel, I don't believe in shortcuts. What is the point of a shortcut if in the long run it's more headache, just like Headache Smith? This is not a shortcut. Like, if you could just do something right the first time and then you're done, do it that way. But if you do this shortcut and in the end you got to do all this other stuff, then it wasn't a shortcut. He took pennies on the dollar. Facts. Word. Bro, an NBA salary and history. Now that's, and you know, I'm glad when I asked y'all at the beginning of that Stephen Smith, I'm glad y'all answered. Nobody knew who he was, but y'all know who Allen Iverson is, a point guard. You know who Russ Westbrook is, a point guard. You see what I'm saying? You damaged your whole career future with the decision you made, Stephen Smith. He could have been one of the illest point guards ever, one of the illest points. He was shaving points off of games and still got the highest amount of points racked up in that college basketball program. That's why I said everything's about choices, the choices you make. That's why I don't take shortcuts, bro. Listen, I got opportunities to work. This is a truth. I'm just telling you what it is. And the people involved, they know. I ain't going to say no names. There are people that wanted me to work with they boxing companies. They boxing YouTubes, right? But it was too much of a conflict of interest because I had already started my channel. So how am I going to be getting footage for another company and I need to be getting footage for me? Mind you, at the time, this was early, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't get credentials and I couldn't get them regularly. But I didn't want no shortcuts. I don't want no easy way. I don't want no, okay, I can't get credentials right now, so let me just work for this other company. And then now this company could say they put me on and they made me. So what did I do? I said, I politely declined offers, didn't work with somebody else, and I continued to believe in my brand and work towards my brand to the point where every time I applied for a credential, I got approved. And it was a process. It was a process for me to start getting integrated into that system because I didn't know nobody. You know what I'm saying? And I had to keep working and keep working and keep working and keep working. I could have at least jumped on someone's back and maybe expedited it. But I'm not a stranger to old-fashioned hard work. My dad done taught me well. So I chose not to do that. I chose not to take no shortcuts. I don't need to work. I don't need to jump off nobody's back. I'm boxing ego. If you listen, this is all fact. My whole channel history, I never worked for anybody. I never worked for, like, some people could say, oh, I worked with this channel and then I did my own thing. You see what I'm saying? You ain't never seen me on no other channel like that. Like, in terms of like, I was working, giving them content or something. And to each his own. I'm not mad if there are people that are doing that. I'm just telling you my journey. I'm telling you my journey from the mud. I ain't jump off nobody back. I had a channel and I started it and I ran with it and I believed in it and I stayed true to that. So I feel confident in the decision I made. Nobody bought me no piece of equipment for my channel, from cameras to mics to speakers to stereos to working on the audio, working on the visuals to learning this stuff. Nobody taught me none of that. Nobody taught me none of that. All from the ground up. I promise you. I never had an MCN. That's a multi-channel network where you're working with a company, you don't get paid through YouTube, you get paid through the MCN. And they're supposed to give you copyrighted music and legal help if you to get a copyright strike. But I didn't do none of that from the beginning. Stop playing, bro. Bay Area bosses. Boss up. We don't turn down nothing but our callers. Stop playing. So anyway, I'm real big on accountability and choices. Everybody got choices. Terence Crawford made choices, put him in the position he's in, and now we'll see what's next. But it's like Crawford fans and almost Crawford's team to a degree. They want to blame everybody. Oh, Errol's ducking. No, it's not about Errol ducking. It's about the choices you made. Look, bro, this is Crawford's sister. Well, Bob Arum should have made the big fights he was asking for, Crawford was asking for, instead of putting him in with fighters that were unknown. So you're admitting Crawford was fighting people. So you're really no different than the criticism that I've seen from Crawford. Your own sister is saying Bob Arum should have made the fights Crawford was asking for instead of putting him in with those unknowns. So why does Terence Crawford and his team and some of his fans act like they have a chip on their shoulder? Like if anybody says just what she said, that they hate Crawford. No, we're not doing that. Nobody hates Crawford. I can't say nobody, but I don't hate Crawford. A lot of people don't hate Crawford, but we hold Crawford, like anybody else, accountable for the decisions that he makes. Bob Arum, Bo Mack, Crawford, Team Crawford, ESPN, whoever you want to blame, did not give Crawford the best fighting chance to become a star. That's a fact. They did not give him the fights that would have showed the world at the right time, this is all eyes on Crawford. Everybody need to be watching this boy. I'm a big fan, Ego. I'm glad you didn't pull an Eddie Hearn and ride someone else's wave. Man, I'm an American. This is America, Jack. It's the American way to do it yourself. Be independent from the mud, grind. If you got an idea, an invention, an innovation, it's the American way. Like Nino Brown. I wasn't born with the silver spoon in my mouth. It's the American way to do it like I'm doing it. I'm not saying nobody's ever helped me in any capacity. Like, no, but I'm just saying I didn't have major, like, oh, hey, somebody got me this deal or somebody introduced me to all the fighters and everything blew up. I didn't have that. So anyway, Crawford fans, and Crawford himself, they saying it like everyone's out to get Bud, bro. And I keep saying it. Crawford, his approach is kind of weird to me, bro. 1 minute he says the Errol Spence fight ain't happening. Don't even interview me about it. I don't care about it no more. That fight ain't never gonna happen. Won't. And then he's doing Aquaman videos. Say, Errol, where you at, Errol? Oh, you hoe, Errol. That's really weird, bro. Listen. If Crawford wants a bunch of yes men, then I guess I can't be in the clique. I'm just being real with myself and what I seen. You said the Crawford Spence fight ain't never gonna happen. Blah, blah, blah. Don't even bring it up. I don't care. And then randomly you on vacation and there's some dude in the back and y'all screaming another dude's name in the ocean. The Aquaman video. Like at least when Wilder did that video in the ocean in like Miami, in the Miami port of Miami or wherever he was at, he was actually fighting Tyson Fury. You don't even have the fight. And you're like, Errol, where you at, Errol? You say you the big fish, Errol? What? And this is it's weird, bro. It's like real passive aggressive. You the one that said don't. I could pull all this up, bro. He said, I don't need Errol. But why are you screaming his name then, bro? I'm just here to speak the facts. See, and this is the funny thing. When I speak the facts on any fighter, y'all say I hate that fighter. When I say the facts about T.O., Ryan Garcia, Terence Crawford, or whatever, y'all say I just automatically hate. I don't live a world of love versus hate. Like Terence Crawford and Ryan Garcia and Teofimo are infallible. Like, I don't live in this little beta world that you guys live in. That's just this weird. Everything is not love versus hate. Like, oh, I like hamburgers, so I hate hot dogs. Like, bro, I eat a hamburger, I eat a hot dog, I eat whatever I want. You see what I'm saying? Oh, if you like red meat, you can't like chicken. You like red meat, you can't like poultry. What world do y'all live in? But only in this beta male world of boxing and boxing talk where we're supposed to act like fighters are infallible. Canelo can do no wrong, even though he's doing a lot of wrong. The Chupapi Muñeño, bro, the Chupapi Muñeño Canelo fan, you can't say nothing about Canelo. Bro, I'm going to say something about whoever I want to say something about. It's like that. Because I'm not out here just wilding and I'm not threatening nobody and saying da-da-da. So it ain't even all that. I'm just telling you what I feel about given situations in boxing. So that's always going to be the case. Bro, it's okay to like Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. I'm living proof of that. But I'm not going to act like Terence Crawford is above any type of criticism or is infallible. He can't make any decisions that are questionable. That's just not realistic. It's not realistic. Like I said, you can like hot dogs and eat hamburgers. You can like hamburgers and eat cheeseburgers. And maybe you don't want cheese this time. That's life. It's no biggie. You know, just look at women's hairstyles. Look at women's hairstyles. In the summer, maybe she wants to be blonde, so she'll dye her hair blonde. Does that mean she hates brunettes? You guys act like little kids. A lot of y'all in boxing, you beta males, y'all act like little kids. Because she dyed her hair blonde in the summertime and wants a lighter color, does not mean she hates chicks with black hair. Doesn't mean she hates brunettes or auburn hair or gingers or redheads, whatever. Because maybe in the winter, she'll go and dye her hair red or dye it a darker color for the winter. I mean, it's really weird. That's why I just come in, I do my numbers, get this guap, and then I'm out. Because I don't got time for all the foolery, tomfoolery. Rudy Botello. That is why I only watch Boxing Ego for my boxing needs, keeping it 100 all the way through. Man, that's who I am as a human, as a man. I am 100 all the way through. Shout out to Rudy. Yeah, it's weird. Like, it's weird that we have people who are labeled as grown adults, and it becomes this talk about, oh, you're a Crawford hater. Okay, I'm a Crawford hater because Crawford made a decision that's questionable. Whatever, bro. Truth be told, Ego wasn't even on that until Bud kept showing him that he was moving funny. We was all here. It's just, it is what it is. Yeah, area. See, Ricky Williams tried to tell you. You know what I'm saying? It's, bro, no one's perfect. So why would I act like, so in y'all mind, Bud, he moving 100% and he didn't, he's not, listen, are we really going to do this and act like nothing that Bud is experiencing currently is his fault? Is that what we're doing? So why do you think people were saying, hey, bro, before you hurry up and sign your name on the dotted line, look at all the fighters that left Top Rank once they reached a certain point. Floyd Mayweather, Miguel Cotto, Manny Pacquiao, Oscar De La Hoya, Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz was unknown on Top Rank. That's a fact. He was widely unknown on Top Rank. He signs with PBC for one fight. His second fight's Anthony Joshua. Now he has over 1 million followers. Everybody know Andy Ruiz now. And Mikey Garcia. Mikey got bigger fights after he left. Robert Easter, respectable win. Broner, respectable win. Zlatishinin from Montenegro. I was there. He knocked him out. Brutal. And it was on a big card with Leo Santa Cruz and Carl Frampton. Bud and his team seem like they want to blame everybody else, and the obvious choices are right there. It's up to Bud on what he wants to do with his career. Yordenis Ugas, he took some losses or whatever, Top Rank, they put him in the scrap heap. These are the realities. Ugas now just beat Pacquiao. So what does that show you? What does that show you about kind of the mindset of the Top Rank system? If you're not winning, Elvis Rodriguez. Bro, Elvis Rodriguez was with Top Rank. He lost to my boy Kenneth Sims Jr. He lost one fight, a Freddie Rose fighter, kicked to the curb, and then he just made someone quit on a PBC card. Sometimes promoters treat fighters like cattle. Al Heyman ain't doing that, though. Bro, you can't just discard. I mean, you can do whatever you want. It's your business. But to me, it's not right to just discard a fighter because they took one loss. When, imagine this, Ugas, he took like a couple, 2-3 losses or something. But look at what he had within him. He had the necessary tools within him to beat a Manny Pacquiao. And we later found this out. I thought he beat Sean Porter too. So Ugas was good enough deep down inside to beat Sean Porter in my book and to beat Manny Pacquiao, and he's finna fight Errol Spence. But as soon as he lost, he was thrown in the junkyard with Top Rank. Andy Ruiz, I thought he beat Joseph Parker, to be honest. He loses that fight close, inactive, thrown to the scrap heap. Andy Ruiz has what it took to beat Joshua on that given night. You can't just discard fighters because they, take a L. That's not a way to build nobody. Because listen, I'm real big on humanizing things and humanizing people. And at the end of the day, we're people. Like, you take someone's weakest moment, baddest moment, you just kick them when they down. You don't know what they capable of. You know what I mean? You don't know that they're capable of rising up. That's why I tell you all the time on my channel, I'm a huge lover and fan of the underdog story. I think it's the American way. This is it's almost a crime to not think like this. And it goes against the spirit of humanity to think that because you're at a low point or because you're down at a given second, that this is what life is supposed to be like. I'm never going to believe that. I'm always going to be optimistic. It's really a crime against humanity if you just stay down. You know what I mean? Bro, Ugas finna fight Errol Spence. He finna fight Errol Spence. And Crawford, now the Crawford fans are gonna say, oh, Errol ducked. Why is he fighting Ugas? But I got another video. I promise you, I'm about to blaze y'all up. I don't even smoke, but I'm a light one up. Wait till I come out with these videos, because the other topic that your boy Ego, the only one with two nuts in his boxing game, is willing to explore is, on top of Crawford making decisions, which is explaining why he's in this position. Put it this way. Name a black fighter not signed to PBC that's as big as Wilder, Tank, Errol Spence, Charlos. Errol Spence. Go. Bro, I promise. I promise you, on everything I love is going down, I'ma destroy y'all. Name a black fighter that you believe is bigger than Errol Spence, any of these guys. Errol Spence, Charlo. And not just say he's bigger, but you got to show me through some type of like attendance records or something tangible, not just, oh, da-da-da-da. And don't say Jaron Ennis or something like that, because he's kind of working with Showtime and he's not doing more numbers than Tank, right? At the moment. So use real life receipts and show me some pay-per-view stats, some attendance numbers, or something or a paycheck, something tangible that we can quantify and qualify this person as being bigger. Name a nigga with anybody not named PBC, aka a black person, that is bigger than Gervonta Davis, Errol Spence, Jamal Charlo, Deontay Wilder. Okay. Floyd Mayweather. Okay. Not, I like him. Like, I like Shakur Stevenson. I do. I like Devin Haney. I do. But I'm saying they're bigger than all these names, commanding top dollar. They doing numbers, all that, bro. Okay. I told you, there are a lot of people and networks, bigots or old-fashioned, whatever you want to call them. They are not putting a precedence on the black dollar. They think, oh, the UK is a great fan base. They are. Latinos, they going to spend and pay for tickets. They are. But guess what? So will black people. Why is it that we have these black stars? And see, this is how old media tries to rationalize it. Floyd Mayweather, oh, he only did those numbers because of Canelo. He only did those numbers because of Oscar. But guess what? No matter if he's fighting a Latino fighter or a white fighter like Conor McGregor or a Filipino fighter like Pacquiao, he continues to do numbers. So the common denominator is the nigga, Floyd Mayweather. So you can't make that make sense when the common denominator is a certain person. Oh, Tank just did those numbers because of Mario Barrios. It was lit at the Pedraza fight. He's not Mexican. Oh, he just did it because of Pitbull Cruz. Ricardo Nunes, no one even knew who he was. and it was lit in Baltimore. Drake was at the Hugo Ruiz fight. Nobody certainly knew who that guy was. And he got knocked out in the first round. And you had the boy Lil Wayne in the crowd. Yo, love. Yeah, I'm saying, nigga, I had to cancel that bit like Nina. I ain't dripping now, no. I'm sipping on something, and my homeboy say he got a bad bitch for me tonight. Bro, pulling out the big numbers, bro. Tank had 16,000 people at his fight. I don't know the numbers at Jamel Herring and Shakur Stevenson, but I know it wasn't 16. And it wasn't 16,000 without comping 40,000 tickets, man. Come on. Yeah, I was saying, nigga, I had to cancel that bit like Nina. I ain't tripping on nothing. I'm sipping on something, and my homeboy say he got a bad bitch for me tonight. Bro, I'm the Wheezy F baby. And the F is for fuck you. Okay, I'm out here. You niggas done started it. You arted it. But let find a home in your artery. Pardon me. Shout out to Ricky Williams. He said, we're the fans that was crying AJ versus Fury because it was undisputed, but don't have the energy for Haney Cambosos. Drilling them. Bro, we doing like Chicago. We drilling y'all with the drill music. You already know with that energy. Yeah. I try to tell y'all. Y'all didn't want to listen to me. Where the Bud fans with your lame argument? Word. Bro, but that's what I'm saying. You can't name Eddie Hearn. I don't care how much he talk. You have not produced a black star in event like Wilder in his events. You could keep talking about, I'm talking about in America. Shout out to Josh Epps with the $5. Damn ego on fire. I told y'all I was about to set y'all ass on fire. Bro, Terence Crawford, he's dope. His events is not hit. Bro, listen. Old media don't like when I be cooking. They don't like when I be cooking, but they damn sure looking because the money keep coming in. Crawford versus Porter, crowd, or Tank Davis versus Pitbull Cruz, crowd and event. What was a bigger event? Like, what felt like a bigger event? What felt like an event? I got to listen to that Corday. Somebody else told me that. Tank Cruz, Crawford Porter, what had better promotion and felt like a bigger event? Isaiah, talk to him. Shout out to Isaiah. He going to talk to y'all. In the house that Kobe built. Facts. And it makes all the sense in the world, especially when your longtime promoter is saying, Crawford isn't a pay-per-view draw. We lost money on every fight. Bro, you working against the clock. Listen, if the person you've been working for your last 10 plus fights is throwing you under the bus like that, you are working against the clock. Because imagine it's like being at home. Every time you clean the kitchen, your kids or a roommate go dirty up the kitchen and put dishes in the sink. That's counterproductive. If they don't pick up after themselves, that's counterproductive. You just clean the kitchen, spick and span, mop the swept, mop, did all the dishes, wiped the countertops. I got granite, so I wiped the granite countertops, right? And then a nasty roommate, he eat pizza. He got pizza crumbs and sauce all over the cabinet. You just wipe. You just wipe. That's the equivalent of when you're trying to sell a product, promoter. That's what a promoter is, to promote. All you did, you took the root word promote and you put an R at the end. It's your job to promote. To promote is to sell, to identify the market and to sell. Your promoter for 10 plus fights that you re-signed to keep throwing you under the bus and saying you're a hard sell. There is nobody on Deontay Wilder's team that is telling the whole world Wilder sucks, even in a loss, and can't sell. There's nobody doing that. There's no one telling you that Tank Davis is not a star. There's nobody that I've ever seen on PBC that is willing to say that, hey, man, all these cameras, we spending too much money on Tank. We wasting too much money because Tank, we got this camera crew out here. There's Steven Espinosa's not doing that. Al Heyman, he don't even do interviews, so you know he ain't doing that. Tim Smith, Brittany Goosen, TGB, Tom Brown, Leonard Ellerby, Floyd Mayweather. Nobody's doing that to Tank's brand. Now, fast forward to the future, Terence, in his own mind, says, I'm worth more than Errol Spence. I deserve the lion's share because I done more than Errol Spence in his little career. It sounds delusional. It sounds delusional. Just because you moved up in more weight classes does not make you more popping. There's a lot of guys that move up and have multiple weight. Like, okay, Sergey Lipinets. Sergey Lipinets, he's a cool dude. He moved up. He was at 140, champion at 140, moved up to 47. That's 2 weight classes. Jaron Ennis has been fighting at welterweight, 1 weight class. Jaron Ennis is more popping than Sergey Lipinets. His brand is bigger. More people are checking for him at this given moment. So people have this like infatuation with, oh, I did more. And all. That's not exactly how the A-side stuff works. You know what I mean? Because you moved up more weight classes and all that. That's unless you're like certified killers that moved up, like Shane Mosley, De La Hoya, Pacquiao, Errol Spence. I mean, not Errol Spence, Floyd Mayweather. You know, people who are moving up and fighting all the best and, you know, come from that old school, like Roy Jones and stuff. Not in this new market. All that, oh, I got a belt. No, that's not making you lit, bro. Josh Taylor got a belt. He got all the belts. And Tank's more lit. That's the reality. That's the reality, bro. All that belt talk and stuff, that don't matter, bro. The people will decide. Like, bro, you think LeBron James give a about Josh Taylor belts? Or he's like, oh, this little Tank and Pitbull, I'm there. Why did LeBron James not go to Josh Taylor versus Jose Ramirez? It was more meaningful. That's what old media gonna say. I told you it don't work like that, bro. Why didn't LeBron James go to Josh Taylor? It was for all the belts and undisputed. See, old media, they live in this old school 1940s boxer. Hit him on the left, Sonny. Listen, hit him on the right. It's over, bro. That's not the air. Jake Paul is a boxer now, and he a YouTuber. We're in a different space, and it's part of these sanctioning bodies' fault that the belts are so watered down anyway. Because they made too many and a whole bunch of other things. So, again, the problems are going to be with making the Errol Spence Crawford fight. Crawford's, I don't think he's being realistic. Your promoter up for you. So somebody has the data on your last 20 fights is telling the whole world again that you can't make no money and you keep losing money. That's the reality. So how are you going to get the amount of money when Errol got more belts, he got more stature, and he doesn't have a side or a promoter throwing him under the bus saying, hey, mess with Errol if you want to lose money. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know that the Crawford Spence fight will happen. If it does, it does. But it's going to be the same thing. When Errol Spence Ugas is announced, then y'all gonna be crying, oh, he ducked him. It's all too predictable. But it's not, it had nothing to do with, so how we gonna say, just explain this. How are we gonna say Errol Spence is ducking Bud Crawford, right? And he's aligned with the side that had all of the top welterweights, but then the guy who wasn't aligned with the side that had all the top welterweights and had an opportunity and chose to stay on the side that wasn't aligned with the top welterweights. And he now, years later, he finally sees the light, and now he's deciding to explore free agency or whatever he's trying to do. But the guy who's been fighting the better competition and has always been aligned with the side that had better fights for a welterweight in that era, but the one guy who's in a separate playground, because he keeps calling out the guy, it's everybody else's fault but the one guy. Stop it. Stop it, bro. I told you from the beginning, if you are a crackhead, you go to a crack house. You trying to get that fix. You go to a trap house. You go, AKA, you go where the action is at. Crawford chose to not go where the action, bro. That's like being a crackhead and you go to the police station. What the are you doing, bro? Bro, you're a crackhead that want to fix, so you go to the police station? Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. If you're a crackhead, you stay away from the police station and you go to the crack house. You go to the trap house. Goddamn Joe Rogan. If you off that Tyrone Biggums, you go where the licks are. Bro, they say I'm animated like DreamWorks, Pixar. I'll show you. Listen, they say I'm animated. I'll show you how a dream works like Pixar. Listen, hold on. Listen, man, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Y'all with these emojis again. I said if you're a crackhead, then you go where the licks are. They say I'm animated. I'll show you how a dream works. That's Pixar. That's a bar. Man, hold on. That's a bar. I'm the American dream. I'm going to show you how these dream works like Pixar. Man, stop playing with me, bro. Shout out to my man, Barca, showing love. Much love to you. Appreciate you. If you a crackhead, you got to go where the crack at, bro. It's that simple. You don't go to a police station. You don't go to, Alcohol Anonymous, AA meet. You go where the work is. It's that simple. Terence Crawford didn't do that. He didn't do that, bro. He stayed on the side, and then now they're admitting his own sister. So we're all clear. So you the Crawford hater. Shut up. Suck Mike. His own sister says, well, Bob Arum should have made the big fights that Crawford was asking for instead of putting him in with fighters that were unknown. So you're admitting that your brother wasn't getting the good fights. So now this is where we're at. Crawford chose not to go where the action was at. So how am I going to blame that on Errol Spence? It's all agenda driven. It's all propaganda. I'm not going to blame. Okay, so one guy's in the playground where he could fight 6-7 people, make money, and make bigger events that has entertained us for the last several years. And an upcoming Ugas fight, right? That's still a big fight. That's still a great fight. It's a title fight. Why would he stop? Okay, hold on. I'm about to destroy y'all, bro. There's no one in boxing history that's with me. You understand? Well, I just thought of something. Hold up. Oh my. Listen, I just thought of something. D-Mo, what's up with you? I just thought of a great point. Hold on. If y'all want to hear a great point, I just thought of something. Johnny on the spot. Man, oh my gosh. This is too easy, man. Y'all better give me some harder work. I got a great point. I want to hear from the fans. If y'all want, Prince Savage already knew the drill. If y'all want to hear this great point, can I get a hell yeah? Let's go. I just thought of this. If y'all want to hear this work, can I get a hell yeah? Smash the like button. Let's go. Listen carefully. I'm not just talking about the outcome. Through the totality, who looks sharper given what they were in the ring with? Terence Crawford in his fight with Sean Porter, Yordenis Ugas in his fight with Manny Pacquiao. So once again, before y'all answer, all things considered, given the level of opposition and what they were in the ring with, like who they were facing, who looked sharper? Yordenis Ugas versus Pacquiao, his last fight, or Crawford versus Porter, his last fight? Listen, I want the fans to listen. I got that work for bro. Listen. Oh my God, I'll get that work off. I get that work off. He said Ugas low-key beat the out of Manny. Word. So notice everybody's saying Ugas. Hold on. Notice Ugas. Everybody's voting for Ugas right now. I didn't say nothing, but now let me get the work off. Notice everybody in the chat is saying a sharper performance, given all things considered, and who you were in there with was Ugas. So please tell me why the Crawford man fans and old media and the haters are going to now act like if Errol Spence fights Ugas, he's ducking Crawford, but y'all just told me Ugas looks sharper versus a known threat in Pacquiao and a Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of Famer, and Crawford was losing and looked mid until the end of the Crawford-Porter fight. But let old media tell it, Errol Spence versus Ugas is a terrible fight. But truth be told, Ugas looked better versus a definite Hall of Famer in Pacquiao and dominated. Terence Crawford, I wouldn't say he dominated Sean Porter. It was a great, sensational knockout, but I had him in a tough fight, and I had him losing a little bit. So how are we going to play this game, bro? How are we going to play this game and say that Errol's ducking and the person that actually looked better and really beat Sean Porter? Listen, hold on. Oh, my God. Bro, I'll destroy everything you love. I promise. I'll pillage the village. Bro, I keep coming with ammo like Rambo, hopping out the Lambo. Listen, I'm going to let the fans vote. Did Ugas beat Porter? Who won that fight, Ugas or Porter? Who won, Ugas or Porter? In the fight a couple years ago, it was raining. Yordenis Ugas or Porter? Who won the fight? Who won that fight to you? I agree. Ugas beat Porter, and he didn't get credit for a knockdown. So technically, Yordenis Ugas beat Porter. He should have beat Porter, and I've always said that. He should have beat Porter, should have got credit for a knockdown, and he should have beat Porter before Errol even fought him, and definitely before Sean Porter fought him. So how are we going to act like Ugas is light? Man, come on, y'all going to put some respect on the Cuban name, bro. So Crawford's last opponent, keep in mind, back-to-back fights, Porter really lost to Ugas, and he lost to Errol Spence. So real talk, Porter lost 2 back-to-back PBC fights, and then Crawford later got him the announcer commentator version. That's the reality, bro. Shout out to my man from Stockton, Jesse Carl. Bud signing with Arum, knowing he was getting him fights is, oh my God. Hold on, I know he gonna cook. My man from Stockton, y'all gonna all respect the 209. Bud Crawford signing with Bob Arum again. He's talking about the extension. Knowing he was getting them fights is like Randy Moss going to sign with a team with a running quarterback like Jackson, and Jackson didn't have an arm to get Moss the ball. Bars. If you don't got a deep quarterback, like a quarterback can throw the deep ball, man, I told you, Eagles Army, we got too much cook up. Randy Moss, why would he go to a team with a scrambling quarterback that doesn't have the ability to really facilitate the deep ball, pause, and get the passes out there? You know what I mean? That's a great point. Ugas washed Crawford in amateurs. I heard he won, but I ain't seen it, so I can't say washed. But see, old media is so stupid, they come with these straw man arguments. And if Errol fights Ugas, which is my prediction, Errol fights Ugas, then they'll say, oh, why is he fighting Ugas? He ducking Crawford. But how are we going to say he's ducking Crawford when Ugas looked better versus Pacquiao than Crawford looked in the entire fight versus Porter, and Ugas really claimed victory over Porter and was robbed before Errol even fought Porter and before Crawford got to him. Checkmate. I told you this is easy work. And it's all factual. It's all factual. I know y'all mad. Listen, I know y'all mad. That's the reality. So once again, Crawford, the moral of the story, he's still playing catch up. You stop Porter, I get it. But you still got Porter after several PBC fighters. And real talk, I gotta watch again. I even had Danny Garcia beating Porter close, I think. I was at the fight, but I remember it was super close. But I thought I had Danny Garcia winning. And then Errol just beat Danny Garcia. So realistically, all roads still lead to the top PBC guys. Danny Garcia versus Sean Porter, who did y'all have winning that fight? Because I remember it was pretty close. It was kind of hard to score at times. Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, who won? See, look, someone else say, and I'm not saying this stuff to further my point. I'm just telling you the truth on what I've seen in the boxing game, and it just happens to further my point. See, look, other people seen Danny Garcia's winning. Okay, one person said Porter, three persons said Danny. Someone said it was a draw. So it was that type of fight. So Errol beat Danny better. Errol Spence beat Danny Garcia better with less resistance off a rec better than anybody had beaten Danny Garcia, in my opinion. So I thought Danny beat Porter and I thought Ugas beat Porter. You know, I guess you can coin flip at least one of them because Porter's kind of always in them tooth and nail type fights, right? But I thought Danny Garcia won. So Errol already beat Danny. In my opinion, Ugas beat Porter. Errol Spence then beat Porter. And then Ugas just beat Pacquiao. I mean, Crawford, he just now beat Porter, who you could really make an argument that Danny beat close, Errol Spence beat and dropped, and then Ugas beat. That's not, and again, when I say these truthful things, y'all say it's hate, but go look in the comment section. Go back to those fights and look at postmarked, dated comments from 4 years ago or whenever that fight happens, and you can go see that people thought Danny won or thought Porter won, and it was that type of fight. So you don't have to take my word for it. I'm just telling you. And then, like I said, when Crawford did fight Porter, coming off of a 450-day layoff, these are all facts. And the Sebastian Formella performance, and he was all in this commentator mindset, that's who Crawford fought. That's who he fought, and that's who he beat, and that's who he knocked out. And he still had issues with Porter, in my opinion. I thought the fight was, I mean, I'm not the smartest brother in the world, but I'm pretty sure Bomac and the team, I did a video, they told Crawford, they got you down. And see, that's what I'm saying. Crawford in his own mind, sometimes it's a little bit like farther from reality because they say, hey, you down on points. They got you down. And he said, no, I'm not. So in his mind, he's not making no blunders. It's like, he like Drake. He's thinking he's not missing. And then his own team told him, you're down. He's like, no, I'm not. And they said, you're down, bro. Bud, listen, you down. And he's like, all right. And then he turned it up on Porter. Shout out to Rashid Mohammed. Appreciate you. I'm just saying the realities, bro. Bomac told him he was down. So all of my opinions, you guys can see that they're not way off the mark because his own trainer said you was down in the fight. That's how I know I'm the greatest. I know I'm making sense. Moselle, he said, man, you always got the facts, bro. This is a culinary art. Moselle with the $5 Cash App. God bless y'all. Appreciate y'all for the support. I'm gonna keep kicking the facts. I'm here to talk boxing. I'm not here. I don't care about feelings and stuff. I'm here to talk. Bro, stop it. That's all you say. Less. Block him. That's all you have to say. You stop it. You stop it. I ain't reading the rest of it. You blah bitty blue blah 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 bitty blue blah. I ain't hear a word you said. Ibbity hoobla. Bro, you talking to a king. He said, bro, stop it. You stop it. You start you a YouTube channel and you talk about what you want to talk about on your channel. Block him. Get him out of here. A whole new world. Oh, bro, that's all. The moment you start with that Aggie stuff and that beta male, that's all I need to read. He said, bro, stop it. Nope. Because you're not proving me wrong. And you definitely, I could just tell you just in your feelings. Bro, Isaiah showed him a whole new world. A whole new, oh, he a zombie. Resident Evil. Bro, notice you can dislike, but you can't disprove. He's talking about stop it. What I say that was inaccurate. I'm not here for that stop it stuff. Listen, we're going to do it like the Roman Colosseum. We're going to do it like gladiators. We're going to do it like gladiators. Tell me what I said that you felt was wrong, and we can do the hot seat. We can do the hot seat. We're going to do it like Roman gladiators. I'm Maximus. They ain't matching this. Listen, I take it to the max with this Roman gladiator. I'm Maximus. They ain't matching this. Listen. Bro, listen. I take it to the max with this gladiator, Roman. I'm Maximus. They ain't matching this. That's a bar. Listen. They ain't matching this. Don't listen. It's not about disagreeing, but you gonna explain the first thing out your mouth if you disagree needs to be what is incorrect. I don't care about nothing else. You can say all that other name calling, all that. Save that for the back half. The first thing you say in the comment needs to be what I said that was inaccurate. I said, so let's recap. I said that I thought Danny Garcia beat Sean Porter. I truly believe that, and I was at the fight. You weren't. I said that I thought Ugas beat Sean Porter. I said that I had Sean Porter winning a close competitive fight, and even Crawford's own team said that Bud was down. These are what I said, so you tell me what you disagree with from that dialogue. I don't care about the name calling, little kid games and all. I don't care about none of that. Tell me what I said that was inaccurate. So you thought Ugas got his butt kicked by Sean Porter? You thought Danny Garcia got blasted by Sean Porter? Bomac didn't say that Crawford was down? What did I say? See, this is where the beta comes out. I said this is where the haters come out. This is where the haters come out to run their mouth. This is where the betas come out. Listen, this is where the beta male is beats in their chest. This is where it comes out. I said this is where the betas come out, where the haters come out, running their mouth. What did I say that you disagree with? If you don't have an explanation, say less. Because that's emotion. Show me receipts. What did I say that was inaccurate? I'm opening the floor. Look, they ain't got nothing to say. They flabbergasted. They like Freeway. Yo, put a beat on. I got them like Cassidy. Man, and you act like you pay me and pretend you crazy. I leave them slumped in the dumpster like Brenda, baby. Man, I'm going to leave y'all like Brenda, baby. If I catch you on the ad and you pretend you pay me and pretend you crazy, leave them slumped in the dumpster like Brenda, baby. Bro, I'm giving y'all the floor, and like Brenda, baby, y'all ain't got no brains. Like Brenda. Y'all ain't got no brains. Come on, what's good with it? Notice they try to interject in random spots. I give y'all the floor and ain't nobody coming because now you in the hot seat. You on the front lines. Say your piece. People say, "Oh, Ego, if you disagree, he'll block y'all." Ha. Nah, say your piece. Tell me what I said out of that dialogue that was wrong, that you disagree with, and why. I give them the floor, they flabbergasted. They don't have nothing to say. Imagine that. I'm waiting. What did I say that was inaccurate? From a boxing perspective and a fact receipt perspective. They flabbergasted. Y'all know so much. Y'all know boxing. I don't know. I'm hating and all whatever else you're going to say about me. So come with it. Straight crickets, though. He said they shook. They scared to death. They scared to look. They shook. I'm asking you what I said that was inaccurate. So you think Sean Porter blasted Ugas? You think Sean Porter clearly beat Danny Garcia? Bo Mack didn't say that Crawford was down. You thought Sean Porter was getting dusted off and Crawford wasn't behind? These are the things I said. So you tell me what you disagree with. Look at Isaiah. He said, don't get cold feet. I had Porter Garcia a draw and Ugas beating Porter. So that's not far from what I said. I told you Porter Garcia was a close fight. It's kind of hard to score in spots. So if someone had it a draw, that makes sense. Me personally, I thought Danny eked it a little bit. It was that type of fight. Notice what I'm saying is not real. It's not unrealistic. One person had it a draw. I can see that. I personally thought Danny Garcia did a little bit more in that fight. Where are the Crawford fans, bro? Where? I'm waiting for the Crawford fans to tell me what I'm saying. See, this is what happens. See, people be at these little like house parties or in boxing forums, and they just talk reckless about boxing, and that's fine and dandy for those situations. Like if you're on Reddit, if you're on a boxing forum, if you're at a house party, you could just say anything crazy. But when you up on Front Street and you got to say those same talking points, it's not going to be the same, because now when you're on the spot with someone that really knows boxing and really watched boxing and really went to the events and really be in the boxing gyms and know fighters and, you know, has the history, then now we're going to test your knowledge and see what you really know. Like I said, I was in New York for Danny Garcia versus Sean Porter. So it's not like I'm just saying that I didn't watch the fight. So we're going to really test your knowledge. I was at the fight. And per usual, everybody got a lot to say until it's time to see what they got to say. Antonio said he had Ugas beating Porter, which is exactly what I said. And he should have been credited for a knockdown, just like Mean Machine should have been credited for a knockdown with Crawford. But these mistakes happen, and sometimes the ref don't catch it, but it doesn't change the fact. So everything I'm saying is true. They go off the eye test. They go off the lie test because none of what they say is truthful. So I rest my case, and nobody's saying nothing. Everybody's quiet as church mouse, mice, whatever. Everything I'm saying, I guess people agree now because nobody's saying nothing. Kenny said Sean didn't even really train like that. And see, that's another thing is like, I mean, whether that's true or not, that's even worse because that means Crawford fought a version of Sean who clearly was kind of checking out if he's not even training like that. And that explains why he was hasty to throw the towel in. So basically a watered down version of Sean that knew he was on his last fight pushed Crawford. That's what that means. That's the reality of it. And actually, it's pretty. Listen, this might sound crazy. Y'all want me to sound crazy, bro? Listen to. I know I make a lot of sense, but this might. Some of y'all might be like, "Oh, ego bugging," but this is what I'm starting to think. This is what I'm starting to think. If y'all want to hear this point, can I get a hell yeah? Hopefully I don't lose y'all on this one. If y'all want to hear, can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? He said, go crazy. I'm starting to believe, just listen. You got to listen. Give me a chance. I'm starting to believe that behind the scenes, it was known that Sean Porter was looking for, like, his heart wasn't in boxing. quite the same. Like basically it was known that he didn't have much more fights left. So the reason I'm saying that is because one thing that when the fight was announced and it wasn't like Wilder Fury, a joint venture, and PBC just gave Top Rank the whole fight, I thought that was a little bit weird because the fans seem like they like the matchup. They're like, oh, Crawford Porter, this is good. But PBC says, we'll lend you the fighter. We don't want to do the fight with you. Like this is not Fox, ESPN working together. This is not Showtime and ESPN working together. We'll just lend our fighter and y'all do everything. So now what it's looking like is they were going to just roll the dice. They knew Sean Porter wanted out and this could be his last fight potentially. And they weren't going to pay Sean Porter what he got to fight Crawford. There was really nobody for him to fight where he would have made that because he had already lost to Errol Spence. Danny Garcia just lost to Errol Spence. So a rematch with Sean Porter, you know what I'm saying? That's not the most desired. Keith Thurman's been hella inactive, right? And Sean Porter, I don't think he's in the lane where he was going to fight Jaron Ennis. And even if he did fight Jaron Ennis, Crawford Porter, I think Crawford got like $5-6 million. $5-6 million. So to me, now it's looking like PBC knew that Sean Porter was, teetering on that retirement stuff. So they left Top Rank stuck with the bill. And it was like a potential retire. They must knew. I feel they knew that this is a kind of a cash out fight, and he was going to try. I'm not saying Porter didn't try because I think Porter was trying. But my thing is with boxing, you can't have 1 foot out, 1 foot in. Either you want to retire or you don't. You see what I'm saying? You want to retire or you don't. But now the fact because I always thought it was weird that PBC, they didn't want nothing to do with the fight. They said, ESPN, you do everything. They didn't do like a joint venture. So they did business together without doing business together. So to me, all the stuff that's come out, it looks like they got Top Rank to finance Sean Porter's retirement and basically give him a last little severance package that he wouldn't have gotten on PBC. Because there's nobody I can think of that Sean Porter could have fought on PBC that really would have justified him getting $5-6 million on their network because he had already fought the guys. Broner, he didn't look that great versus Santiago, so a rematch with him doesn't really make sense. He had already lost to Errol Spence. Danny Garcia is coming off a loss and thinking about moving to 54. So it looked like, to be honest, it looks like PBC, they knew that. And they're like, all right, go fight on Top Rank. And it's like, all right, if you win, then, you look at your career at that point and see what you want to do. Basically, it's a worthy gamble. You know what I mean? It's a gamble worth taking. A guy is already thinking about retirement or knows he's retiring or whatever. You send them off to the next network. They overpay for it because they said the pay-per-view numbers are 130. So they took a fat L in terms. Bob Arum's telling you. This is not even my opinion. Bob Arum is telling you they took a fat L. Arum, Crawford isn't a pay-per-view draw. We've lost money on every fight. So this is a smart tactic to have your ops or rival take the whole promotion and take the L and basically pay Sean Porter a severance package that you would have had to take that L. If you wanted to send Sean Porter off, they would have had to make Jaron Ennis or whoever Errol Spence rematch and then pay Sean Porter as a B-side $5-6 million. What is a better way of doing that? Send him to the ops. So that's Crawford, the story of Crawford's life. Crawford getting names at the wrong time. Amir Khan was a name, but you got Amir Khan and had to overpay. You gave Khan $7 million and he quit in the fight or whatever, his nuts hurt or whatever was wrong with him. You paid him $7 million for his nuts to ache. Oh, bro. Listen to what I'm telling you. I'm telling y'all the business. I'm dropping gems. You paid Amir Khan $7 million for a failed pay-per-view for his nuts to ache, and then the fight ended on a horrible note. He's like, oh, and he got hit in them nuts, and them nuts was tingling. Bro, you know when them nuts start tingling, when your test, bro, that's the worst feeling in the world. Bro, he got a nut ache. It ain't even a headache at that point. It's when your nuts ache. You know when you get kicked in the nards and your nuts quiver a little bit? Because listen, the nuts, they real sensitive. They like little, like two little pot stickers. And it's like a little mesh. It's kind of like, imagine getting like a little mesh laundry bag and then putting two pot stickers in. Bro, if you punch that back, like you gonna damage the pot sticker. You see what I'm saying? Bro, there's not that much protection there. And his nuts he had a nut ache. Listen, we all adults. Bro, them nuts was achy. Don't break my nuts. My achy, breaky nuts. Bro, he had them Billy Ray Cyrus nuts. What y'all talking about? Man, your pay-per-view ended on a nut ache. The 5-minute rest period turned into the end of the fight. It's over. So this is the story of Crawford's life, bro. He will get into fights when it don't matter. Kell Brook fired Eddie Hearn, Dominic. Bro, listen to what I'm saying. If I'm not the best in the business, then y'all lying. Peep this. Why did Kell Brook fight Terence Crawford? Listen, I'm the Riddler of boxing. Riddle me this. Smash the like button. Riddle me this. Why did Kell Brook in the Crawford fight get rid of Eddie Hearn and get rid of Dominic Ingle, but then they just did a press conference for an Amir Khan Kell Brook fight, and Kell Brook is back with Dominic Ingle. But for the Crawford fight, he had an Instagram coach. That some guy he found off Instagram. Riddle me that. Why did he get rid of a longtime trainer for the Crawford fight and pick the trainer he found off Instagram? Now he just did a press conference after he's fighting Amir Khan. Dominic Ingle back his trainer. So he knew he wasn't going to win that Crawford fight, and he was just out there living on a prayer, Bon Jovi. He was just going to go out there, and what happened, happened. As soon as Crawford opened up, and he's going to collect his $5 million. So I see why Bob Arum is losing money. Because you putting Crawford in with people kind of like late in their career after they shell-shocked or whatever's wrong with them. Because you look at what PBC just did over the weekend with Tank. Tank was in there with somebody who was truly trying to win. I do believe that. I believe Isak Pitbull Cruz, he didn't come to just lie down and die. You know what I'm saying? And get cooked and be a highlight reel on Tank. He was trying to win. He didn't win, but he was trying. Kell Brook got hit over the jab and said, man, why y'all ain't trying to help me with the fat bit? Like, bro, he just shelled up. And then now he back with the trainer that he's always been with. Things to make you go, So it's like, this is the story of Crawford's life. He getting names, but he getting names at the back half of it, where look at how the fights are playing out. So now I'm starting to think that Al Heyman and PBC, they knew this. This is why they didn't want parts of the Crawford Porter promotion. They let the rival network, it's a strategic move. You know, you're going to go out there, do your best, and if the going gets tough, Kenny Porter told you. He said, I'm going to throw in the towel. I knew if the going, basically he's saying if I knew the going got tough, if he got hurt, then I was throwing in the towel. I didn't say that. Kenny Porter said that. So to me, it looked like PBC just sent Sean Porter to get a little severance package that he couldn't have gotten without a loss, without being a loss leader for PBC. That's smart. That's smart. You know, it's like, let's say you got fired from a job and they fired you. You don't have to come back tomorrow. So you just going to knock things off the shelf. You see what I'm saying? You have no allegiance to this company. So you're like, man, I'm out, and you're just knocking stuff off the shelf. Why? It's not like you have to come back. You don't have to see this manager ever again, you know, or at least under the pretense of worker employee. So it just knocks off the shelf. And that's what it looks like PBC did. Because why didn't they want in on a fight that was supposed to be good? Because they knew Sean Porter was probably checked out. And this was his last fight. And he was going to try to pull the upset. And if he couldn't, live to fight another day, live to be a podcaster and commentator. And guess who would be stuck with the bill? That makes perfect sense. Why else? Okay. Because listen, if there's good business to be done, why would you not want in and want to be a part of that promotion unless you know it's cap or you know it's not going to be worthy of promoting? Why would you not want to? Why would PBC not want to do Fox/ESPN? Like, do you think they would have ever not wanted to be a part of the Wilder Fury 3 fight? Of course not, because they're going to make so much money together. You see what I'm saying? Do you think that Fox would just be like, oh, we'll send Mayweather to HBO to fight Pacquiao? Of course not, because they need in on that. So my thing is this. Why would PBC not want in on Crawford Porter if it was supposed to be such a great fight? Because from a business perspective, you're going to want, if you really thought that the fight was legendary and that it was going to do legendary numbers, why would you not want in on it? Like, let's say Crawford Porter, let's say it did $1.5 million. You would want in on that. You would want in on that. Listen, like Christopher Walken said in King of, nothing goes down unless I'm involved. Bro, remember when Frank White said nothing goes down unless I'm involved? Because he's the king of New York. He's Francis White, Frank White. He wanted in on he said, every street corner, nothing goes down unless I'm involved. Bro, he wanted in on any drug deal, anything, any action in the city he wanted. So you got to ask yourself, reverse engineer, why would PBC not want in on Crawford Porter, which on paper looked to be a good fight, if they had these expectations that it was going to be colossal? So something prevented them from doing the fight in cahoots with Top Rank rather than just sending Sean Porter and say, here, we'll send our guy, have at it. You see, your father, he'd be damned if he had to watch. Bro, I'm the new Christopher Walken. I said, listen, I said, your father, he'd be damned if he had to watch. Why would Terence, Crawford, and Sean Porter, why would they want to not work? Bro, I'm the new Christopher. Man, listen. I'm the new Christopher Walken. I'm the Christopher Walken of this talking. You see, the PBC, them guys, they didn't want to do the fight with Top Rank. Bro, there has to be a reason why they just sent Sean Porter rather than working together, bro. Shout out to, his name is Tom Tucker. You guys, you must understand that I'm a genius when it comes to these voices. Y'all better stop, bro. I'm too good at what I do, man. Come on. I told you, I made the boxing game look pretty. You see, the getting good, he wanted to watch. And your father, he told me to watch. Y'all better stop, man. Man, I told you, I made this boxing game look. Boxing Ego, he tried to tell you guys, he's the best when it comes to the dogs weren't eating sirloin. Man, come on. Y'all know what I came to do. Easy work. I ain't got to worry about it. Bro, listen to what I'm saying. The same company that's putting Luis King Kong Ortiz and a heavyweight card on pay-per-view for $40. $40, right? The same company, Premier Boxing Champs and Fox. So they want in on a heavyweight fight with Luis King Kong Ortiz, and they want that on pay-per-view. They have Keith Thurman and Mario Barrios, Igor Stradamus strikes again, and they're putting it on pay-per-view. But they did not want anything to do with Crawford Porter. Bro, they sent Porter over there because they know there was a chance he was going to get cooked. That was a little severance package because now we don't have to pay him $5-6 million in case he loses again at a, against a bigger name, and he want to be a commentator. That's smart business, and it makes a whole lot of you guys. We need more cowbell. Bruce Dickens, it puts his pants on like everybody else, and what boxing needs is more cowbell. Bro, I'm giving y'all all the cowbell in the game, bro. Bro, PBC sent Sean Porter to try his best and for a cool little retirement 401k pension plan severance package. Explain why they would want a pay-per-view fight with Luis Ortiz and all that, and they want their money on that. And they want their money on Keith Thurman and Mario Barrios, all in-house. But then a fight that looked like on paper is going to be dope, Crawford Porter. They're like, all right, Top Rank, y'all can have that. We'll send Sean Porter, no problem. Bro, they let Top Rank finance that cool little send-off. Oh, my gosh, man. Shout out to my boy Isaiah. He gets it. A cool little send-off. Bro, with all the stuff that come out after, I put that together. Bro, they knew Sean Porter. His dad said he wasn't training the same and all this stuff. They knew Sean Porter must have been at this level. And, the pandemic happened. The podcast happened. Probably not the same aggressive Sean Porter. He told Sean Porter on his podcast said that. He said, yeah, my dad wanted to push me in training. And, I just couldn't give him all of that. So if he's talking like that after the fact, you mean to tell me there was no red flags or indications before the fact that he was like kind of in the mindset of, I'm kind of off boxing. I gave a lot of my life to this sport. I'm telling you, bro. So they let that PBC, that's a cold piece of work, bro. Man, I wish I would argue with a dude named Wellington. His name is Wellington Harvey. Man, bro, I don't even have the energy to argue with no man named Wellington. Beef Wellington. Bro, you too square, bro. I can tell by your name. That sounds like a comic book villain. Wellington Harvey. Ain't that the Penguin from Batman Returns? Oswald Cobblepot, Wellington Harvey. Bro, he sound like a comic book villain. I played this stinking city like a harp from hell. Bro, that's the Penguin, Wellington. Bro, if y'all don't listen, I'm going to remove all my shooters' badges unless they block Beef Wellington. Bro, I'm going to have to start from the ground up if the shooters don't Oh, that's got him. Yeah. It's good. Bro, who the hell is some Wellington Harvey? That sound like he chasing Spider-Man or something. Dr. Wellington Harvey. That sound like some dog food. My puppies didn't like to eat, so I got Dr. Wellington Harvey's puppy chow. Now my puppies eat the whole bowl. Dr. Wellington Harvey's. Bro, that's some puppy food. You know how the dog food be sounding like that. Dr. Wellington Harvey's. Bro, listen, if y'all got a schnauzer, little chihuahuas, y'all got to get that Dr. Wellington for y'all dogs. Prophet, what's good with you, bro? Man, he had to go. He out of here, bro. Beef Wellington, whatever. Bro, y'all can say whatever y'all want, but that's what it's looking like. PBC sent Sean Porter Because, like, okay, listen, if I'm wrong, name who Crawford could have fought that would sensibly, keyword, sensibly have gotten him the amount of money that Top Rank would have had to pay for Sean Porter. Because Sean Porter allegedly got, it was like a $10 million fight or some, or whatever, $11 million fight. So Sean Porter probably got $4 to $6 million, right? Who could he have fought on PBC off a long layoff that would have paid the B-side Sean Porter $4 to $6 million or whatever he got for the fight? That would have made sense because Errol had already beaten him. So how you gonna pay him $4 to $6 million? That wouldn't make that much sense. So send him to the competitor and let them. It's just like kind of, man, y'all don't understand this business. It's kind of like DAZN, bro. DAZN, Leonard Ellaby just said, Devin Haney, I'm happy for him. Eddie Hearn, we not paying him that because it's about like value. Leonard Ellaby says whatever the amounts he's hearing that Devin Haney is getting, they're not paying him that. Because if you look at it, like look at DAZN, I'm just talking business now. Business of boxing. If you look at DAZN, I'm happy Devin Haney is getting cashed out. That's dope. But Leonard Ellaby, whose home base is Vegas, said that Devin Haney versus Jojo Diaz did $2,600. So from a business perspective, if you're selling $2,600 or 2,600 tickets and you have to pay $3, $4, $5 million, that's a bust because it's not justifiable. Or let's say Demetrius Andre. If Andre's getting $2.5 million and he's in these fights that he can't get the big names for whatever reason, they won't give him the big names, then that's a bust. Because not only are you selling Andre tickets for $25, $50, $75, a cheaper rate than Gervonta tickets, you're also selling less tickets. Selling, not comping, selling. You see how this basic math works? See, Jesse just said the same thing. We on the same page. Tank tickets cost more, bro. I know because I've seen it. I know people that went. Wilder tickets cost more. Wilder versus Fury, some people were even complaining, saying, man, these tickets too expensive. And it was packed. So what's that tell you? Demetrius Andre fought on a Friday and probably got paid great. In business, you got to make it make sense. Like, for example, I'll use my own business. Certain fights, it's not advantageous for me where I'm at right now to go to the fight. I will spend too much money on plane tickets and lodging since I pay for everything myself, right? I would spend too much money like going to every single fight, especially if it's a light fight. I live in the Bay Area. We don't get fights up here like that. So everything, when it comes to boxing, I have to travel for. So as a business, I have to make business decisions and I have to make it make sense. It's that simple. Like, see, this is what gets a lot of people jammed up, bro. A lot of people see Boxing Ego and the success we attain on YouTube and they want to do it. So what they do is they come in the gates if they have a job or have a little bit of savings. They'll come into the YouTube game trying to compete with Ego and buy all this gear. You don't even know how to commandeer and MC the mic. The gear ain't going to help you. You see what I'm saying? You got to get good at this. I promise you, if your business is set up right, and I'm a gearhead, I got a lot of gear. If your business is set up right, if you are speaking directly to the crowd with a great message, the mic doesn't matter. I switched my mic like 2 weeks ago, and I don't even know if y'all even noticed it. I haven't heard any complaints. I just do that because I want to. You see what I'm saying? This ain't the mic that I was on. People are coming for the message. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of people, they start a small business, They want the gear and they want lights and mics and stuff like that. You're not even a good speaker. You're not even entertaining. You can get a cheap mic and focus on becoming a greater speaker, becoming more entertaining. You'll be better off. So a lot of people, there's multiple ways to go about wrong. Some people think to be successful, you got to get a bunch of stuff. No, that's not it. You got to work on the basics. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to work if it's a boxer. If you're a boxer, you got to work on your fundamental, a jab, keeping your hands up. Work on the fundamentals before you start worrying about being a showman. Does that make sense? Like if you were, that's actually what's wrong with a lot of this generation of fighters. They got the showmanship like Teofimo, but you ain't worked on some of the basics like your defense. Who cares if you're a showman that's getting beat up bloody? And that's what you got to show, man. Listen, I say, who cares if you're a showman and you getting beat up bloody and that's what you got to show, man? That's a bar. Who cares? Oh my gosh. I'm baptizing y'all with the bars. Who cares if you're a showman if your face is beat up bloody and that's what you got to show, man? Teofimo out here looking like Stone Cold, Mankind. You know what I mean? Like, and he worried about the pizzazz, but his face looking like this. Worry about the defense first and then be Roy Jones and Prince Nassim's and Floyd's and, you know what I'm saying? You can't, bro, what part of the game is this? That's what's wrong with these Ryan Garcia. He doing more social media wars and beefs than the actual fights. You got to worry about the basics and the fundamentals before that. You know what I'm saying? Like people hate on Tank. Tank got fundamental skills. Look at him. If he didn't, he would have possibly lost if he wasn't as good of a boxer, because he had to rely on his boxing because he had an aggressive guy with a hard ass head and he had one hand. So a lesser Tank, if he didn't concentrate on making weight and getting his cardio refined and fundamental skill, then who knows? Pitbull Cruz maybe could have beat him when he got wounded. Because imagine not having your lead hand. You know what I'm saying? Man, Tio doing bloody backflips. It's over. So anyway, I've been bumping my gun. I didn't even realize I was on for so long. Y'all have a blessed day. We'll talk more. I might even do another live stream. Holla at the kid. I'll be back. Peace.